Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Let me get that off real quick. How y'all doing, VPR? We here. I'm back in the studio with Qianathegoddess. I'm feeling good. It's another Thursday. Me and her was just jamming to some good music, honestly.
As per usual.
Yeah. We try to keep it very balanced around here.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, Qiana?
I'm feeling good, partner. We are matching. I mean, we are always in sync. I love it. I absolutely just love it.
Oh man.
I come here and it is my refuge from the crazy world and my crazy life. I know yours is also very,
very crazy.
You know, you're a hard worker and you're everywhere.
Yo, New York, it's hard being a DJ. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. It has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But definitely, you know, while traversing this city and this place that we love, the business side of things is crazy. It's the hands that you touch, the people that you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, the image that you leave behind, it speaks volumes. So
it does.
If you're getting into this entertainment industry, just know that the way you carry yourself with every individual you meet will be a deciding factor upon what you get done in your business.
You're damn right. And people don't forget.
At all.
You know, they don't forget you. So whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, you better be on your ish.
Your name is golden. Your name has to be golden at all times.
DJ Power in the building.
Shout out to DJ Power, everybody that's tuning in right now. I appreciate you. Y'all rock with DJ FMI, Qianathegoddess, VPR Radio.
And make sure you guys go and check out Can I Buy for all of your cannabis needs. For my girl Venus, my sister, from another Mister, from the same Mister.
It's one of those mornings. It's one of those mornings where you're like, I'd rather be high right now. Shit like that.
Well, I try to just touch the earth before I come on. You know,
should have let me know.
Yeah,
let me know.
It was literally like 10 minutes before you called me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Breaking my day.
Probably on your way. But how was your week, FMI? Did you have a good, productive one?
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy? You get to a point in business where even if you don't want to have a productive week, you will have a productive week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been blessed enough to have a productive week. I'm tired right now, VPR. If y'all can't hear my voice, I
understand.
But definitely,
I was supposed to go out last night to another event that I know.
You always supposed to go out to an event.
I know.
You always.
Sometimes I do actually go. Sometimes I actually show up. Shout out to Pudge. The other night we went to Kamaya's album release party. So
I seen that. How was that?
At SNS, it was beautiful.
It was dope,
and it was crazy. Kamaya, I felt like I was in the club with my. She's super talented.
Very much so.
Super talented. So that was lit. Shout out to Simone and shout out to Koi, the photographer. But last night was another event and I had to recover. I was on my feet for so long, holding this, trying to hold some dude back that wanted to pop his Dior umbrella open in the club and just start dancing around. So me and Pudge both are standing there with our hands out like this because he's literally in front of us and just, Dior. He was like, pop.
Was it raining yesterday? Did it rain?
It wasn't raining inside the club. I mean, it had
rain. Have a coat
there was some precipitation that day. No. So I have my coat on my arm, my bag, my phone capturing footage, holding him back so that he doesn't bump into me. And Pudge is holding out his other hand so he doesn't bump into him. And this is us.
Y'all knew this dude?
Would you look at... No, of course we didn't know this dude. Right. Some young dude with the sparklers in the club. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, y'all was super patient.
We were super patient. So we went and found our corner of reprieve because that's where we needed to just sip some Douce so we didn't knock anybody the hell out. Because you know FMI. You already know. You understand Emilio. Shout out to Emilio Egbar.
Yeah, so
non-stop radio show in the building.
Qiana, you know what I woke up to and read?
What?
Long Island. They got some people that might have corona on there.
Oh no, not the corona.
I think it was 83 people they have in voluntarily quarantined.
Yeah.
That's
fun.
83 people in Long Island. I knew something.
Yeah, we know it was coming. They're gonna start in the outskirts and filter it in.
Wash it in. A part of me is just like I'm looking at coronavirus as a snow day.
Yeah.
What I mean by having a snow day is maybe we get a few days off work. If I don't have to DJ, bro, I'll take it. Listen, as long as the bills don't keep piling in, I'll be tight as hell.
Hysteria of
corona,
of corona, of everything.
It's crazy because Trump got on yesterday. He went live with the CDC, I think.
Yeah.
The CDC is telling us that it's most likely going to be in New York, and just to prepare for it. While Trump is saying, "Oh no, we have it quarantined, we're fine, nothing's going to happen to us."
Yeah,
I'm like the conflicting stories that's going on. Which one is it? Am I going to die or we all chilling? Like what's going on? Be honest with me.
We never chilling.
Keep it straight.
We always, at Big Brother's fingertip whenever they want to release something into
China going through it.
China,
and you know they lying.
And then Italy has the second most amount of cases of the coronavirus, which you would find to be strange because there's not a lot of Italy to China transit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You see, and that's you wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think so.
King Charlie Prince, what's up?
But
I'm so happy to be here this morning.
Of course.
You know, partner in crime. This is how I get my week really like shaking before I start my weekend. I'm like, yeah. I leave VPR like, yeah.
Hold on. Let's do it right, Qiana. Qiana, you have any events that you need to pop out to this week, or any people you need to shout out before we start the show?
I do actually. Yes, I'm going to be speaking at the UN at the African Sickle Cell Foundation. They're doing an event to build awareness and stuff. So that's going to be a great event, and that's happening on March 13th. So that's coming up. And tomorrow we're doing an interview with the DJ Spotlight. Remember?
DJ Spotlight?
Yeah, you forgot.
Yeah.
He forgot.
Yeah, don't worry. He'll be there, though.
But he'll be there.
Yeah.
It's at 1 p.m.
Okay, cool. We're good.
Yeah, it's at 1 p.m. So it's going to be lit. So you can look out for us there tomorrow. Shout out to D Mecca on that. We appreciate the invite to come on the show. So you can catch us doing that tomorrow. And then other than that, I'm going to be doing a lot of like college stuff with my daughter this weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, that experience is
I'm really excited about that. What's up, Steph?
Yeah.
Listen, this is a busy, busy time, and then there's prom and
what a time to be alive. Hey, I love prom. That's why I get booked.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to all the places that booked me for prom. You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing. I done went to so many proms in my life, bro. I'll tell you. Qiana,
you all prommed out, huh?
Qiana, did you ever go to prom?
No.
You never went to prom?
No.
I missed my prom. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't want to go on purpose. Then I went to the next year one.
Why? Because you just didn't feel like it, or you had already gone to one?
What happened with me was I didn't meet my guidance counselor until senior year. Okay. Towards the last 3 months of school. She was just like,
New York schools suck.
No, it's not even that. She was just like, Anthony, you know your what was the exact word she used? You're in jeopardy of not graduating on time. I was like, really?
Okay.
She was just like, this is your first time seeing me in 4 years. I've been your guidance counselor for 4 years. I'm like, I was like, you never had good information for me. You always telling me I'm failing math. Why would I come see you? You think I want to hear that?
Oh, you didn't go see her. She had called for you. Yeah. She rang for you.
I waited for the last
I
waited for the last 3 months of
I got you.
high school. I graduated on time.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you're going to go to prom. We're so proud of you. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm antisocial. Why would I want to go there?
See, that's how my oldest Storm was. He didn't want to go to prom and everything. He didn't want to do all of that.
I went next year though.
Jordan,
I enjoyed that.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess it's about if you like that sort of attention and the party.
Nah, some girl asked me.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even going to the school yet. I felt like
Look at you. You so smooth. FMI is so smooth and fly that he doesn't ask girls to the prom. Girls ask him to the prom.
It's 2020.
What you talking about? It wasn't 2020 though when you graduated. So what are we talking about?
It was like 2010.
Yeah, you've been doing this. This was 10 years ago. You were getting asked out. Okay, yeah. You were getting asked out when it wasn't even a thing. Okay, how real is that? That's that Libra shit.
Yeah, and you know what I'm seeing that's going on online that's bothering me?
What else?
People are having this West Coast, East Coast thing. I understand that, Pop Smoke and Biggie and a few other people, that passed away.
LA be the setup, boy.
Yeah, people go out there thinking it's sweet.
It's
not
go
sweet out there.
Protection.
It's not sweet. And I'm starting to understand artists from New York, we really believe that anywhere we go, we good. Mm-hmm. And we walk around, we talk the most crap. Like, if you ever listen to New York rappers, we talk the most crap. Right. And we go to everybody's state acting like it's cool.
And my thing is this, too, right? If you're a gang member, okay, and you're promoting and talking about gang violence and all of that, you got to live that life. You know what I mean? So
facts.
Because just like with the Bloods that have all these different subdivisions, right? Yeah. The Crips have all these subdivisions, all these different
Crips
sets.
flying with Crips, Bloods flying with Bloods.
Absolutely.
Man.
So
shut in, man.
You got to make sure that your people have called their people out there, let them know that you're good. You know what I mean? And like whatever service fees need to be paid for the assurance of your safety, for you to be good in these streets that you claim you own. Yeah. It's crazy. You got to know that gang violence and stuff is very real. It's been real for many years, for ages, and especially on the West Coast.
60s to 50s or 60s? I think it was 60s.
50s and 60s. Yeah. Well, in all actuality, when the gangs first began, the gangs were created to keep the communities together.
Of course, yeah.
It's sad because the premise of why it all began has completely gone to the wayside, right? Mm-hmm. Because then everyone wanted to create their own thing, and then it became, okay, we're anti your gang. But the whole point was to bring the communities together, because like I always talk about with segregation, that was the last time you really saw our communities coming together for a cause, because it was like, we have to come together because we are all we have. So if we don't come together, they're going to get us. And they understood there was strength in numbers.
When the Crips first started in Los Angeles,
See what
California.
I'm saying? Exactly.
By Tookie Williams. I just want to make sure I got that right.
No, I love that. On point with the facts and the numbers. Yes, that's how we do. So 1969, the Bloods began, and it was supposed to be helping to unify, and basically the premise of like how you see the Jews, where they have their own police and their own community, for the Bloods to take care of their community. Somewhere it went left, because at that point, because segregation was no longer, look how small the gap is, and it shows just how rich this mental slavery goes back, right? Segregation ended, our communities started to go apart. They formed this gang situation to try to bring the community back together. We got to protect our community,
and
because
then
now,
neighborhoods went
and then it all just went left again, and look where we are in 2020.
Yeah, well, young men are still dying for
community resistance in progress. Yep.
Yeah, young men are still dying. But not only a color,
absolutely,
for certain things that they never even started.
Hi, Diane.
What's the difference between gang culture and basically, I would say, joining the military? Because you're fighting for a cause that may not be yours.
Right.
Before you, from the founding
that you may not even understand or care about.
But you know what I'm saying? Fighting for your country, there's pride behind that. And I would never take that away. Shout out to everybody that serves. And we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But,
Thank you for your
I've
service.
seen I've seen Meek Mill come out with comments saying, being in a gang and being in the military is the same thing. And I've seen, and people looked at him like, what? What are you saying? Like, you know what I mean? When someone's shooting back at you with a rocket projectile, and Tyrone from down the block don't like you, and he doesn't even go to a gun range, but he's shooting from 3 blocks away.
That's right. You're still getting shot at. It's traumatizing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But in a way, you can't compare the two, because in the war, someone is actually shooting back at you and trying to kill you. And in gang culture, it happens here and there, but it's not every day that you wake up to do that, and that's by choice. You didn't have to.
But I think the difference is that I feel like the trauma is still the same, though, right? Because in war, people aren't going to sleep unworried and unbothered. You know what I mean? And when gang violence is really rampant in communities, people can't sleep. Shots are ringing through windows, and there's crossfires, schoolyards. You can't have your kids playing outside. So that sense of uneasiness and unrest is the same PTSD and whatnot that people are enduring after war. But it's traumatic.
But the way I view it is, if you join a gang,
thank you, Emilio. We appreciate you.
It's selfish in a way. Not saying that you need protection or whatever case may be, you want to get your money, but you getting your money is affecting so many other people that have nothing to do with your cause.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by you trying to secure the block so you can make sure you get your packs off, whatever the case may be.
Innocent lives are being taken.
9-year-olds crossing the street, bro. Like,
right.
What did that 9-year-old do in order to be, be affected by you getting money?
Yep.
So I think it's kind of selfish. You know what I'm saying?
It's very selfish.
Like the gang culture, you do what y'all do. Y'all live how y'all live. You dig what I mean? So I can't knock you for it. But when it's affecting other people, and people are losing their lives, and it's going back and forth, we got to be mindful of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the situation with Pop Smoke, I wouldn't wish that on any 20-year-old.
No,
any
he was
young
a baby.
Man. But he was also aware of what he was doing.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? And on every song, he was chanting against the other gang and saying what he was doing. So, and I'm just like, damn, you know what I mean?
Right.
And before this, he was canceling shows, so he felt like somebody was watching him. He was canceling shows. That's why he went to LA or whatever the case may be. That's alleged. So
he went to allegedly. Yeah, right. Allegedly.
He was on the phone. He was on the phone with certain people. He's like, he was canceling shows and he was contacting the LAPD and trying to move correctly because he felt like something was up. And bam, boom, 4:00 in the morning.
Listen,
kind of like that.
You got to watch your moves. You know what I mean? And you just gotta be mindful.
Very much so.
That's all I'd like to say in regards to that.
In other news, Diddy is bringing back Make the Band. Yes. I'm excited.
I'm super excited. I want him to shut down the studio on these hoes.
I want them to come and get the cheesecake from Junior's. That's what I want them to walk across the bridge
Right.
or get me some Cambodian breast milk.
That's right. That's right. Just like Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
I'm glad. Now, honestly,
Shout out to Lockers and Harry. Thank you.
I want a resurgence of like good TV shows.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I haven't watched TV in so long. I'm on YouTube all the time. So.
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't have good TV shows. In the early 2000s, we was watching TV. The 90s, like 99, Moesha and all these different sitcoms. Like
Fresh Prince, you know what I mean? We had Family Matters. We had good, clean family fun. We had, a little bit of double entendre in some of the shows.
I watched Full House.
Absolutely. Full House. What was that show with Topanga?
Oh, Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
I love Topanga.
The funny thing is, what do you think though about the regurgitation of these shows? Because now it's Fuller House, and they have some other. What was the name of it again?
Which one?
The one we just said with Topanga.
Oh, that was Full House.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
Now it's Girl Meets World.
Oh, they have Girl Meets World.
They redid these shows, because Winter likes them. What do you think about that?
I think it's sick.
Wait, Dre said, "Wait, we're going to Juniors."
Yeah,
he's hungry. No, we're talking about Diddy sending the band members to go walk to Juniors.
He sent them across the Brooklyn Bridge.
That's right.
Brooklyn Bridge.
That's a fact.
But I definitely love that they're bringing back the shows because, I ain't gonna hold you. Don't you miss sitting down with your family and watching TV?
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time, like, every kid now is on their tablet?
No.
And you don't spend time with your brother or your sister no more.
No, that's not true.
And shit like that.
Not in my
what I'm
house.
saying? So, for me, if you could bring back these shows that make people sit together, like, I don't watch Power or
Well,
none
the
of those
thing is that bringing back the shows is not going to make people sit together. If your family has already become so where everyone sits down and their tablet and their phone is open, that is what it is, right? They're not going to want to watch the show. You got to, like, when I put on Jeopardy, when they hear, "This is Jeopardy," okay? Shout out to Jeopardy and Alex Trebek. All my kids come running, okay? Like if you shake a box and the cat comes running to eat.
You know that show with the little turny wheel? And then Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, which
Me
comes
and
on
my
right
grandma
after.
watches to
right.
this day.
And the same way, like, you'd hear it and you'd be like, "Ooh, they're like, ooh, Family Jeopardy time."
I play Family Feud on the tablet
all
now.
the time. I love Family Feud
on the
too.
tablet. It's lit. I played on that.
I play Jeopardy on my phone.
See, it's just like I miss watching TV, and you know what I mean. I guess there's so many different ways to view media, and like there's so many different shows that people are diverse what they like. Because now you can actually pick the show you want to watch.
You can
on your phone or whatever.
Or
and
on
you just pull it
Netflix.
up and stream it. So now everybody wants to watch something different.
Dre said something that I actually was just about to say when we were talking about making the band. So you have a very prolific point, Dre. He said it was just for the show, but still people have to show that they're truly hungry for a chance. And I agree. And I think that that's the element, and we discuss this a lot in the community of musicians, that's the element that's missing, where people don't know talent like you is limitless. You know what I mean? Like there's so many people that have this talent. How hungry are you? How willing are you? How willing are you to go as far as you need to go and to push yourself through physical and mental boundaries to get that success? How badly do you want it? Do you want it more than that person?
Yo, who was it? It was Steve Harvey. When I was watching him, he was talking to
They got me hooked on iCarly too, Dre.
iCarly's fire.
iCarly and Victorious, which is where I said that Ariana Grande was going to be a superstar. My kids remember this. I was like, this show, I know it's called Victorious, and it's about Victoria, whatever her name is that you don't see anymore. I said, but she, the one with the red hair, Cat. Yeah. I said, she's going to be a superstar. When all of this Nickelodeon is over, she's going to be popping off on the big stage. So shout out to Ariana.
Yo, you know
she's got that voice.
You know who aged really wrong? Who? In my opinion.
Oh, damn.
Like, I'm not, what, give a damn. It's Thursday. Raven Simone, man. Like, I don't know, bro.
She's been through some things.
Yeah, I respect it.
Agreed, too.
And I was just like, I'm surprised where,
What up, Blue?
I'm glad she looks happy. I'm watching her online and everything like that. But I felt like her career, the way she could have took it, because Raven Simone was like a household name. Like,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the problem, though.
What's up?
Raven Simone got her start at the Cosby Show as the cute little kid, Then she went on and she did Disney and she did the Cheetah Girls and everything. When I used to watch the Cheetah Girls, because that was something that
was the start of the High School Musicals.
That was the start of the High School Musical, and it was 3 girls of color, which I loved. You know what I mean? So that representation was there. However, I even used to point out to my daughters, because Raven has always been top heavy. Like as she got older, she had boobs, right? These girls would have they'd have them on their scanty little. They used to do Raven so bad in the stuff they'd put her on. They'd just layer her up and stuff. Just layer her up in big bulky jackets and long coats. I was like, there's no reason you need to do that girl like that. And I can only imagine how she'd feel standing next to them, because already you're heavier than they are. But then they just put you in these outfits where you get lost in it and you look bigger than you are. They gave her no structure.
I didn't think about
that. As a big girl,
yeah.
you need to be having that structure. You know what I mean? The structure is going to bring out your shape. There's nothing wrong with being voluptuous. You just have to know how. So whoever was styling Raven-Symoné back in those Cheetah Girl days, shame on you. Shame. Boo, shame. Shame on you. Shame on you. And I feel like just from being a child star, from being that young girl and then growing up now becoming this woman, and not that it was a competition, but I know that there was a lot of pressures to look a certain way. I feel like she had probably a little bit of a mental breakdown, because then you just saw her kind of bug out, like on some Britney Spears, you know what I mean? And then she made the comeback, but I don't know.
I didn't even know she was 34. I thought she was my age.
No.
1985, I respect it. Yeah. Dope.
Because she was young, and she was in the Cosby Show. She was the youngest one when they were trying to revamp the show, you know. But they really did her dirty.
I don't know what happened to Orlando Brown, but, pray for him, too. Because he be, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing him online getting punched in the face.
I'm telling
you. You know, him having mental issues and him always getting beat up. I understand he's wild and doing drugs. Mental health
is a real issue. And unfortunately, we're in such a desensitized state of society right now where people will just laugh at anything. But mental health is not something that should be laughed at. You know, mental health is something that needs to have more awareness drawn toward it, because especially in our communities, it goes ignored.
I was telling my boy about that the other day. Like I was sitting down and I was talking to him, and he was
very rare, Dre.
He was trying to hold it inside, and I'm like, yo, bro, you can talk to me, son. I'm like, as black males, you can talk to me, son. So you don't, so we you don't have a breakdown or anything. And he was just like, and then he started to open up. I was like, bro, it's cool. Like, I get it. Like, I understand that we're bred not to speak about our emotions and to be tough all the time, but you could talk to me, son.
And it's unfortunate because that's what we were taught, and it's a conditioning. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a conditioning that literally goes back to slavery, because when they brought mother against son, and you having children and your children are being sold off, and you don't have the ability to have the father there, or you never know when your family's going to be gone. There is no communication, and it's a disconnect. Being sold off. And that's what you're seeing now. Everybody's disconnected from everything, and there's no sense of humanity anymore, so we see somebody doing something crazy. Oh, let me get my phone. Let me start recording. Oh, somebody's getting beaten up. Let me get my phone and let me start recording. Like,
you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing people do, especially from New York. You know what I mean? We turn a blind eye to a lot.
Yeah.
Look at all the stuff we see in New York all the time.
We do.
And it's nothing. You see pranks.
Some things you just gotta turn a blind eye to in New York, because otherwise you'll get swept up in the craziness.
We don't know who's crazy from afar.
Yeah. That's a fact.
And they slip up and catch Corona, and it's going to be a wrap.
I can't with you about the Corona. I'm drinking no beer.
I'm just trying to put y'all on, New York. I'm trying to put the whole world on.
Right.
Hey, if you see somebody sneezing and coughing, tell them to wash them hands, bro.
I get away from them. This woman on the morning was on the train. I was like, oh, hell no.
Yo,
hell no.
My aunt was just telling me the other day, she was like, she had to cough while she was on the train, and she just held it inside.
Dre.
I was just like, that's where we at right now.
For real. Both Dre and T-Dub are saying, it's okay for men to express themselves.
Yeah, man.
It needs to be discussed. It's crazy to be depressed and emotionally drained. I completely understand. I suffer from anxiety. It's something that a lot of people don't know, but living in New York, it's an anxiety-filled type of scenario, and my life is very crazy. So it's important for you to understand your emotions and understand traumas that you've encountered. So many of our people have been through traumas that they never got a chance to deal with, and it's just they're becoming older and their mind is just breaking down little by little.
I'm sorry, you said that, and I was hearing you, and then what happened was
Mike
Tyson said he would give $10 million to anybody that's willing to marry his daughter.
Oh, what?
Stephanie,
he's
about to get rich.
He's given a dowry.
He's giving $10 million to anybody who wants to marry his daughter.
Why would he do that?
Well, she looked like Mike Tyson, I guess.
I can't. I can't do that.
Nah, but that was just random, but I just had to throw that out there. So, anybody that sees Mike Tyson's daughter, shoot your shot, say FMI sent you. Let me get some commission on that $10 million.
Off.
Yeah, let me get like $250,000, bro. Like, that's all I'm asking. You could take the rest. You feel me?
First of all, if that's real, that's a horrible thing to do. Can you imagine how that made her feel?
It must feel bad, but I'm just like, It is real, by the way.
That's crazy. Mike you're speaking of mental illness.
I like Mike, though. I like Mike.
But you know,
cool. Mike has done some things. Mike is cool, though.
Mike.
Oh, Qiana, speaking about daughters, right? How you feel about Dwayne Wade?
Oh, boy.
I have a lot to say. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Dwayne Wade, in my heart of hearts, I think he's going about it the right way as far as what he's doing, but addressing it online, you ain't need to do that, but you did it. So, you know, that must feel, your daughter must feel very good about that, you know, that you're willing to go to the world and say, hey, my son is a daughter. I can understand that. I wouldn't do it. I
have conflicting emotions on this because I just feel like so many of these children are already put into the spotlight and they see things, they're on social media.
He didn't need to be.
They have exposure to things that may or may not be pushing them. You know, yes, there are plenty of people that are born gay, homosexual, you know, feel like they should be a girl, et cetera, et cetera. But I do wonder how much of the exposure to media and the entertainment world has swayed this young boy, because I just feel like that's really young.
He's 11.
That's really young, and it's been since before then. And I just feel like that's really young. Like, I can't see Winter, who just turned 9, okay, coming to me because like a boy or a girlfriend, none of those things are even in her purview. It's like, ew, boys, ew. Yeah. You know what I mean? That there's that phase, or at least there used to be. Now kids are 7 with a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
And their parents think it's cute.
And that's a lot. And I just feel like the exposure to that and the encouraging of that, these kids are growing up real fast. I just don't feel like at 10 years old, you should even be worried about sexuality. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my whole point. Whatever you are, whoever you are, be who you are. But I don't feel like at 10...
you should be privy to that.
That should even be what's going through your mind, because you haven't started. Your hormones haven't started. You know, their production for you to be going through your natural changes. You got a couple of more years before all of that begins, and that's when those questions will form naturally. And I just feel like it's happening earlier and earlier and earlier now in kids, because of what they're being exposed to. I feel like there's a lot of outside influence, and whether he may be, you know, homosexual or wants to be, you know, transsexual or whatever, make the big change, he's too young. It's very, very young to commit to something of that magnitude.
Like in school, you have to think about how that influences them also. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with being transgendered or, you know, being gay or being anything. Right. As long as it makes you happy. But at 11, you know.
Super young.
Your mind isn't really developed.
No.
And I understand as a father, you want to empower your children.
Right.
So you want to
yes,
at least, you know.
Absolutely. Gabriel also said, and the foods that they're eating. Oh, absolutely. I don't know if that's the case in this situation, because celebrities make the type of money where they're not eating they're not eating ramen noodles and stuff that you see in our communities. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I definitely agree with that, because the hormones and the imbalance of all of these different preservatives and colors. I teach my children to turn around. I've taught this to them since they were young. Turn around whatever package they are buying and look at what's in there. You see that red number 5? No, don't do it. High fructose corn syrup. These are certain things that have these additives that are chipping away at the pineal gland, which we were talking about with Tanya. Shout out to Seymour's Bullies. So these are the things that change your perspective and your ability to be completely aware. So I feel like they're doing a lot more clean eating than the average Joe. But our communities are definitely afflicted with all of these range of hormones and everything. And that's also why we're seeing more autism and more ADHD.
Take a walk down the block in the hood and look at the stores you see. You see the Chinese
You see the same exact thing. That's right.
You'll maybe see
and at least 3 or 4 liquor stores.
3 or 4 liquor stores, a check cashing store.
Yep.
And what else you see?
Oh, wait, you just named my block.
Yeah.
And at least 3 bodegas owned by the Arabs.
Yeah, it used to be bodegas. Mm-hmm. Now the 2 floors.
You can't really find.
Yeah, you can't say bodega because it's not
technically a bodega. If you go to Harlem, Spanish Harlem,
you'll still
the Bronx, you'll see some bodegas.
Yeah, you'll see the Spanish dudes that work in the bodega. Right. You feel me?
And the Spanish bodega cat.
Yeah, and the cat that lays on top of the bread.
Absolutely.
And you know what? You're just fine with that. Hello, cat.
That's right. He's there to guard the store.
You're keeping away all the other stuff that I don't want on my food.
You're damn right.
I'll take that cat. Only in New York you can have moments like this. You go to Wisconsin, I bet you ain't
they'll be like a cat by the bread. There's a bodega, bro. Like I remember Kip Piles, he was like, yo, when I come to New York, I want to get a chopped cheese. What is that? I was like, how you want to get something you don't even know what it is? I was like, I don't eat that shit.
Chopped cheese make the world go around, man.
That's what they say. I don't eat that shit.
That sandwich is made with love, tender care, and all that. You know what I'm
but
saying?
Everybody can't make it, right? Don't you have to go to a specific spot?
T-Dub, when you come to New York, you probably had a chopped cheese before. You know what time it was.
He knows, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure he got a spot in Brooklyn somewhere.
Yeah, big facts. All right, Qiana, you want to get into some music real quick?
Yes, let's do it.
VPR Radio. I don't know what y'all listening to, but where we at? Yes. Qiana, let's go. DJ FMI. Yes. We here. Lee. Let's go. Qiana, I told you I got you, baby. FMI, I told you we got you, baby. VPR. Qiana, feeling the queen on her. She's screaming it mean on her. She's swift with a beam on it. Whoa. Mean bonnet, flow like a stream on it. Even Mr. Clark Steele wouldn't handle a lean on it. Word to my pop, Rubik's Cuban Rubik's, I'm damn doing, I'm damn ruined. Half human, 50% cybernetics, half human, visualizing the past, I'm past you. Beeping this spot, murder down, past you. Funerals, your body viewing is down too. Uptown, heavy D and the boys, I'm damn grooving. Listen to the flow, EMI, Qiana and my DJ FMI. XM, what would I be FMY? Upside down, down to the upside I. Qiana and my DJ FMI. Let's go. VPR Radio.
You see,
DJ FMI.
These stories are a compilation of just the things we go through from adolescence to manhood. You know, you can't ever forget these things because they make you who you are. You know? What's your life like, homie? Mine's is dope, getting cream, getting to my dreams, I might buy a boat. Got the Cuban link, think I might buy a rope. Chain, here's a thing, run the game like it's cardio. What's your life like, homie? Mine's is hard, got an F, trying to find work, can't get a job. That man chain swinging, might have to get him robbed. Don't wanna do it, either that or off. Got on both sides of the spectrum, both living life reckless. It's hard for me to lecture on. My homie struggling, been down since the basement. Both been broke, so it's hard to tell him patience. Told a little deuce at 16, he ain't playing, that's my dog, but I see my changing. I had it hard, but my nigga had it harder. No fam, I'm cracked out and never knew his father. Running with some old heads, more guns, more product. Got caught and did a bid, got him on a couple charges. He out now, but it's like he playing catch up. I got him a gig, but it ain't paid fast enough. You ask me, he got used to the food and the rules outside the institution. He ain't know what to do. He right back with the mask and the tool. Late night, he gon' act like a fool. What's your life like, homie? Mine's is dope, getting cream, getting to my dreams, I might buy a boat. Got the Cuban link, think I might buy a rope. Chain, here's a thing, run the game like it's cardio. What's your life like, homie? Mine's is hard, got an F, trying to find work, can't get a job. The man chain swinging, might have to get him robbed. Don't wanna do it, either that or off. My homie folks had money, I never doubted them. Nonetheless, yo, I'm proud of them. Found a way to stay focused through the dames and the games. Play ball, but got a scholarship straight off grades. Got a full tuition, went to school for business. Always said he get the all black Porsche. My dead. Always remind me of the time you got caught with an ounce in your locker, and I told him that it wasn't his. I took the rap fool, you knew that you would make it. You could buy a spaceship next, my you don't owe me shit. But if that bad chick you with got a twin sister, man, go ahead and let your homie hit. I always told him that you gotta be cautious when you back around the hood, but he lacked street smart shit. We used to play GoldenEye, bumper CNN on the news and see he got robbed, watching CNN.
Finally getting money on a Monday, probably getting to it on a Tuesday. Whole team winning, it's a Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, we do the same. Finally getting money on a Monday, probably getting to it on a Tuesday. Whole team winning, it's a Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, we do the same. All my niggas trying to get the rent pay. All my niggas trying to get it insane. Trying to make $1 million off a mixtape. You ain't getting paid, then you getting played. All my bitches trying to get the rent paid.
All my niggas tryna get it insane. Tryna make $1 million off a mixtape. You ain't getting paid, then you getting paid. Bottle after bottle like a newborn. They all thirsty, I bet I got the juice for 'em. New phone with the roof gone. Took my old joint, traded for a new joint. Never met $1 that I didn't like. Get it how I live till I'm living right. If I ain't got $1 million, I ain't feeling right. J-I-2-G's, what I get in night. You ain't getting paid, then you getting played. Never skip days, never take a sick day. You get everything, I spit crane. Keep a new 16, that's the 10th grade.
Lil' man got callus on his fingers with his new, breaking Dutchess apart. Lil' man got hard, outnumbered, jumped him in the park. He ain't run, now he stayed there for. Lil' man got hard, he got an 8-ball, broke it down, now played his corner just like he was taught. Lil' man got hard, and when the cops came and raided the spot, he ain't say a damn thing to them narcs. Damn thing, yeah. Homie discouraged, but he ain't depressed. Smoking a cess, put his mind at rest. With his trying to make real figures, so he figures the plot to take the block, whether they like it or not. Closed mouths don't get fed. He young, but if he can't get paid like a man, he should be dead or die trying. Other cats ain't take county to him stomping on their turf, and they asking for his ID. AKA what set you claim, and then proceed to rough him up with the homie he came with. But homie, he had it tough. Busted like 2 in the crowd and made him duck. Yeah, he got the juice now. Told his man, look, this is how we hold a spot down. And from there, little homie made his name in the game. Started from a quarter pound. Lil' man got callus on his fingers with his new, breaking Dutchess apart. Lil' man got hard, outnumbered, jumped him in the park. He ain't run, now he stayed there for. Lil' man got hard, he got an 8-ball, broke it down, now played his corner just like he was taught. Lil' man got hard, and when the cops came and raided the spot, he ain't say a damn thing to them narcs. Hands up if you love hip-hop. Hands up if you love hip-hop. Yeah, hands up if you love hip-hop. 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 Yeah, hands up if you love hip-hop. Hands up if you love hip-hop. Hey, yo, interrupt like you're losing between songs. My speech long, analytic script trying to right my wrongs. And every bar in my verse is tested. So when I spit, know I'm heavy in the game, so I'm fully vested. Give a fuck for who the best is. Numbers prove nothing nowadays, cause you can buy 'em like the rest did. So have a seat and get rested. Gonna be a bumpy career, I got no worries cause I'm blessed, kid. But give a fuck like a chick who told you thirsty ace no. Just pay attention to my rhyme and flow. Designed to blow. I'm rhyming with aggression like I'm bound to blow. It's tech once and now you know. Off the top like a stylist free. But in this industry I charge ish and hit the switch if they think they live. And if the verbs don't fit, then I shift until it fits to the script. It's tech one up in his if uncle.
Sunday morning, gotta say I'm blessed. I made it through the week with 216s, giving my liver step. And better yet, the family got my back with every step. And we said with no off days left, the time to catch a breath. Instead, we growing up and off to take your time. My dad, my carpet said, don't bother me ever, no longer stressing that. Don't even stress success, my eyes are wide open. See the bull come from miles away. Vest told me time is chosen. Days get numbered by bad intentions that be from self or other people that know to listen. It's not always given. Appear like homies feel you when your soul is lifted, switching gears. Into vintage, steering into older limits, ready to peep the biz. I keep the flows consistent. Hear foes, I hear no hope. The whole career is close, so listen. I got just what you missing. X marks the spot, the crossroads in position. Show the whole, so intuition. Distance decapitates the friendships that I made with burnt bridges. Relationships, the only thing I hate. Keep the case closed until it's known my halo shows fake friends. And my funeral won't be a problem I face. By the boatload, I stay afloat, controlling my pain. In my neck and in my shoulders where I'm holding the strain. It's time to let go of things I hold dear for fear from like those neglected to change. There's no regret, I've been expecting the same. I know you're right too, respect them so. Right. Perspective let me open my eyes. Who would've thought that one day I could be blind? I know you're right too. Perspectives let me open my eyes. Who would've thought that one day I could be blind? I know you're right too. Perspectives let me open my eyes. Who would've thought that one day I could be blind?
We're building bridges that spread out like prisms, reflected in see-through. While others in prison sharing walls, it's not equal. Run by devils who see shares and not people. Wanna keep you in the system, watching trauma like drama with the popcorn and Twizzlers. But I'm chill, rather trade it for a beer and a vape pen. I hope you hear what I'm saying, cause I ain't playing. No matter how hard the pill or sour the drug is, there's no excuse for being counterproductive. Caught in the vacuum, and you power the suction. Trying to clean up the mess, put you out of a dustbin. To grow we need light, but don't lead off the loving, cause we gotta get over before we go under.
club going up right now, yeah. And throw it all up on IG, yeah. I got them tapping on the photo, yeah. I'm feeling fresher than the back here, yeah. Got a couple stacks on every logo, yeah. Got all of my hitters in the background, yeah. And all my haters is a no-show, yeah. Oh baby, I just wanna buy the bar, yeah. My bank ticket over, that's a full club.
Yeah, girl, we about to get started. Pop out. Yeah, girl, we about to get started. On the drive, yeah, we the life for the party. You been cooped up, baby girl, I feel sorry. You got downtime, girl, you might as well pop out. No, I don't judge you over here. Doing your thing, girl, we love you over here. Once we got the ball, ain't gonna fumble over here. Yeah, my vision real clear, this shit is tunnel over here.
Yeah, we tryna be legendary, so we working in the back, working, aping no serving, talking like she earned it, so I had to curb it. Yeah, I only fuck it if she worth it. Ain't know we lit. I told her pop out. Fucking all these beats, I need a Magnum. Trojan, 2 bad bitches in the bathroom, rolling. Had too much to drink, I'm in my phone, just scrolling. Contact, CC, Rosie. If it was a draft, baby, I'm the top pick. And if you fucking with me, I need both feet in. And I ain't just talking, man, he know I'm tryna win. You know I'm tryna win, man, he know I'm tryna win. And they know that I'm gifted. I'm on a highway drifted. Tryna find my lane, I'm gifted. Yeah, oh yeah, they know that I'm gifted. Man, they know that I'm gifted.
Make the money flip.
I'ma drink a shade, don't need a chaser. I've been going in, I need a pay cut. Want nobody hold you down till they see you on your way up. They try to change, yeah, they know we about to go up, go up, go up. They know we about to go up, go up, go up. They know we about to go up, go up, go up. Niggas going up, go up, go up. Niggas going up, niggas going up.
With all these flirty honeys around, it's hard to stay clean with all this dirty money around. It's only one way you could go when you're stuck on the ground. I'm from the dirt, but I'm a king, I got mud on the crown. My haters told me stick to rap, I got male shooters that's out here trying to earn hard like they Dale Jr., which means I'm too fresh to fight. You eyeing me while I'm trying to get sex tonight with Guyanese women. I'm like Russell with Kamora Lee Simmons, and cooking every summer like I got 3 kitchens. Refuse to be like all of these rappers that's D-kissing. I'm nothing like these niggas, man, I even breathe different. Make more than graduates, I dropped out. Now I ball, I ain't worried about a lockout. The flow need a guitar the way I rock out. I don't shop with police, but I cop out. We about to go.
They know we about to go up, go up, go up.
Yeah, yeah. I know you've been searching, but you know I am no good. I know you've been waiting. Maybe you misunderstood. Only call my phone when you wanna get nasty. Say my name, I'll be there, don't test me. I don't know what you want from me. I just hope and fantasies. I play your heart like playing keys. Don't trust my love, this ain't real love. Wanna be the one that I run to. I'm just really running from the crowd. I'm feeling real cocky in my new shows. Got my little niggas on the prowl. You give your heart and I'll break it. I know my love that is tainted. I could not be the one you love. I could be the one you call when you wanna call.
Turning up, DJ FMI.
What you tryna do? Tryna shake, shorty, what you wanna do? What you tryna do? I don't dance, but I know a couple that do.
Damn, I don't know why you still hating. I got the title, if you want it, come and take it. You ain't ready for the shot, pump faking. Everybody playing games, but I'm about to get it shaking. Get it shaking. Let's get it shaking. Get it shaking.
Let's get it shaking. I hope you get into the money if you can. I'ma show you what it takes to be the man. Pull up to the club, 100 deep is the plan. When I say we all in, I ain't talking about the dance. When a shooter put the gun down, admire him. In the past, he made a living off of firing. I know exactly what it takes for me to hire him. Cause for the right bag, I bet he coming out retirement. Me ducking a problem is unlikely. Jealousy is probably the reason they dislike me. I remember when they used to want to fight me. Now I need new haters cause the old ones like me. It's easy to fail when you got it hard. I'm trying to eat, why you wanna see me starve? Think I gotta take them to school like I'm LeBron. Everything that you learning is free of charge. Damn, I don't know why you still hating. I got the title, if you want it, come and take it. You ain't ready for the shot, pump faking. Everybody playing games, they ain't on my ladder. Niggas want the nigga do it like this, but they can't do it like this. They ain't on my ladder. These niggas ain't on my ladder. Niggas want your nigga do it like this, but they can't do it like this. They ain't on my ladder. My ladder.
Taking on up to the top floor, bring it back down to the first floor. Tell the baddest bartender that you want more. Tell the baddest bartender that you want more. And take it on up to the top floor, bring it back down to the first floor. Tell the baddest bartender that you want more. Tell the baddest bartender that you want more.
Yeah, you got the fellas act funny. I'm full rubbing on my tummy. Ball hauling back on the cam track. Now you know we getting no.
White girl said that she love me like the Jonas. I know these girls fall for the loners. Keisha's, TT's, love it when we pull up. And I can't help that I love these women, yeah. I get around, baby. I get around, baby. I get around, baby. I get around.
You were better before you met me, you know. Trying to tell you, but you won't admit it to yourself. I spell trouble with a capital T, you know. I got tired, left you out, expired on the shelf, yeah. Cause I'm out till late in the morning, leaving the house all about with no warning. You should've left me alone with my ilk. You don't wanna find no one better, cause you think you'll never go get it. Living your life and then you regret it. Sorry you sit around like old milk, like old. Like old. You should come on over, take a ride with me. You won't be wasting any time with me. We can take it slow, girl, that's fine with me. I'm the man, Peter Pan, come and fly with me. Hey, whoa. Tell me your name, tell me whoever you came with, cause I wanna know. I need it all. Summertime loving, I think I'm starting to fall. You want a big ballin' and I'ma be a LeVar. Do you like a poster and pin you up on the wall? Picture that, like a Kodak. I start you over Brady the way that I seen you throw that. And I don't mean to gas you, but you so fire. Girl, you got that flame, you could be my ghost rider. I wanna know your name. You got that fire, I feel your flame. I'll take you higher, I'll be your plane. I'll be the doctor, ease your pain. You got that fire, I'll take you higher. I need a rider. You got that fire, feel your flame. Hey, 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 put it on me. When you doing it, tell me that shit is all me. You won't ever need a coffee. If you let me hit it in the morning. I've been on your mind lately, I know. You ain't gotta lie, baby. No, no. Yeah. Tall glass of wine after a long day. A week of roll the J up and I'll make you my Beyonce. You ain't really like that. Yeah, that's what they all say. I'm trying to get you back in good hands like Allstate. It ain't a secret, you the one I admire. Playing in this game, but you make me wanna retire. You got that fire, no wonder they can't touch you. And I'ma let it burn like Usher. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, DJ FMI.
Guys, you're right here, back in the studio with us, of course. Oh man, we're here. It's early. I'm feeling good. Should we? Do you want to introduce yourself, my brother Qiana? How do you want to go about this?
However y'all want to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, this is Fingaz. It should be self-explanatory, but I think we should tell the people who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, hi everybody. Hi Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I love Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn.
I can't hear him.
Yeah.
I get him. He's good.
Yeah. Yeah. My name is Mr. Fingaz. I'm a music producer, engineer, musician. Been doing this for about 21 years this year. I've been in the industry. Thank God. I've been fortunate to produce for a lot of different artists, like Ja Rule. My first song that I produced was Holla Holla for Ja Rule. Then I made This Is My Party for Fabolous. I did Dope Man for Jay-Z. Me and Clue co-produced that together. I've done a myriad of records, worked with everybody from Jay-Z to Mariah Carey. So I've been blessed. So
that's what's up, my brother.
21 years.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a lot
like,
of
you look super
longevity.
and I look like I'm 5.
There we go. Right.
Yeah.
You look super young, so you don't look like you've been doing it that long. Tell me how you got your start in the production world, because I know, it's not like you just fell into the hands of Jay-Z and everybody else that you just named.
Absolutely not. It's a grind. It's a process. So I started as a classical trained pianist.
Okay.
And everybody from my hood, they knew that I played.
Right.
And,
so you were Fingaz from a long time. That's what they called you?
I was like a little prodigy in the hood. I was on
Right.
TV a couple of times as a kid playing. I never lost a talent show to this day.
Nice.
I'm mad. That's your claim to fame.
Yeah.
I have never lost a talent show. I want everybody to know this.
I want everybody to know. I want them to feel that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so so then my aunt gave me some money, and then I started producing. Then people from my neighborhood, they really liked what I was doing because I was going to all the barbershops, playing my music at the barbershops.
Smart moves.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's where everybody's at. All the rappers at.
That's where you're touching the people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got to go out there where the people's at. So my name got around the hood, and then eventually Irv Gotti heard about me from my friends that I went to elementary school from. Shout out to Jason and Colton and everybody that helped me along the way. And then I got a meeting with Irv Gotti, and he listened to my music, and he didn't like it at all. He was like, no, he like, yo, this is whack. And I was cocky. I was young, like, your stuff is whack. What are you talking about?
I love it. I know you are, but what am I, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So then he was like, yo, if you play all these instruments, because I play multiple instruments, he's like, yo, if my man Rob mess with you, then I'm going to rock with you. And I'm like, you the boss. Why you going to send me somewhere else to go see if you're going to co-sign me? Like, that make no sense. But I go to my homeboy Rob's house. I didn't even know it was my man that we like grew up together, and because I knew he was making music, but I didn't want to get on him. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. Let him live. You know what I'm saying? I'll find my own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't even talked to him for a while.
That's how people used to think. Anyway, right? Now it's like, can I latch on and get on?
Nah, man. Yeah. So like I was so scared and so nervous. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even paying attention to where we was driving. And when I looked up, I'm like, yo, this block look familiar. And then dude came out the house, and we looked at each other and like, Rob? He's like, Fingaz? Like, and it was like, yo, so he was like, I was with Earth's brother Chris, and he looked at Chris and he was like, yo, you gotta rock with him. He taught me like how to play and all stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he taught me how to DJ. I taught him how to play. Yo, you know what I'm saying? We played ball together back in the days, and yo, from then on, I was on. You know what I'm saying? I was on.
That's a great look.
That's awesome. It's crazy because you think about it now. Dudes is getting on from the corner of the corner of their room, off their laptop.
Right.
They don't got to go and put in footwork or go outside no more.
No idea what that grind was like.
That's why a lot of the appreciation has gone from it. You know what I mean?
And now you can Google everybody.
As that fame comes, is as easy as that fame goes, because we're looking at a man here that's been doing it for 21 years. Still getting those residuals, right?
Hey, thank God for
all
the
of that work that
residuals.
you've done.
Sleeping,
you know what
making
I mean?
money.
And that's what it's about.
You know what I'm saying?
With that fast fame and fortune, often comes a fast halt to that career. So it's important to put that groundwork.
But the main thing, the reason why, because I was an artist when I was younger, because I wanted to sing and I wanted to dance and I could do all those things. But when I turned 19, I realized I don't want that, because I was looking at Michael Jackson's life and people that was famous. And
a lot
of
people are doing that now. You know what I'm saying? Look at what's going on in Brooklyn with Pop Smoke. You want that fame?
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it comes with.
That. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get out of the environment that I was when I was younger, making terrible decisions. You know what I'm saying? Wilding out, trying to be super wild. And it's like, I'm a classically trained pianist. Let me be who I am. You know
Let me live in my truth.
Let me live in my truth.
This is the truth that I want to live.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't even want that type of energy. To keep it 100, I'm not always a fan of rap music. I love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And there's a total difference between the culture.
We have to dive into that.
We can definitely dive into that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like, I'm not gonna like, even though I might not love what Pop Smoke was doing, I love the fact that this is a young brother that was getting out the hood, having the opportunity to shine, and then he has an opportunity to grow and mature and then maybe help people later on.
Right.
Because Lord knows, when I was 19, Lord knows I was wilding.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so for some people was even saying, live by the gun, die by the gun. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? Where's your compassion at? This is a young black brother that didn't even start his life yet. He didn't even taste his success yet. Allow him to grow and flourish and see what he can be in the beginning, in the later parts of his life. Look at Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went from where he started to where he's at now. You never know what can change in somebody's life. And not to say that, not to even say that he was doing anything, because I don't know what he was doing in the first place. He could have been doing nothing.
He was yelling out, "Meet the woo."
We were just talking about this actually.
If you know, people do say live by the gun, die by the gun. In New York, we can't act like we down south. I say that because down south there's more land. They be gangbanging, but they have their blocks are different, are blocks and blocks and blocks away.
It's a walk.
Our block is at the end of the corner, and then the next gang starts. So we can't be. We run around the whole world. At least New York artists, we run around the whole world thinking we good. I was like telling this to Kiana earlier, and that's where we get stuff messed up. You know what I'm saying? We run to the Chicagos, the LAs, where we think sweet because they got palm trees. And we talk, and we continue talking the talk that we talk from
here. You
ain't
gotta do that. You can go to Long Island, you go to wine dance, and people forget. You know what I'm saying? You go to Brentwood and not know.
And
like, it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Get that work out there. You know what I'm saying?
And so it's scary. You know what I mean? And it just, I feel like it's the energy that you project.
Right.
Honestly. Because there's so many hip hop artists that are out there rapping, you know, talking that talk in a different way.
Well, there's so many rappers. I think that Fingaz made a great distinction between hip hop and rapper. And SNS did that as well. If you remember when he came, and he was like, "No, I'm not a rapper. I'm a hip hop artist."
I think
that's a defining.
I think the most successful artists are the ones that can balance the two. Yeah. Like somebody that's been around for years, like from like pretty much the beginning of my career was Fabolous. You know what I'm saying? And he knows how to be hip hop.
To pander.
And he knows how to make rap music.
And make his girl songs and everything like that.
He makes everything, and he's staying around, and he has this longevity.
Relevant,
you know what I'm saying? And even with the young kids, if you ask the young kids who Ja Rule is, you know what I'm saying? I teach in school, and they like, who's that? You did what for who? Well, I say Fabolous. They, oh, word, you did Fabolous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's still relevant.
Well, now they might know Ja Rule for the whole Fire.
They still don't know.
Damn.
They still don't know.
Ja Rule's out here, though. He's still doing shows.
Yeah, he's out here.
I
mean, there's a lot of people out here that, unfortunately, the younger generation doesn't know about just because they haven't been taught. And like even when I was talking to Koi the other day, people aren't paying homage to those that have paved the way before them. Some of these kids don't even know who like Rakim or Big Daddy Kane.
The kids didn't know who Malcolm X was in school the other day. They said, "Yo, he's a ball player." Yo, is he a rapper?
Wow.
Malcolm X, he's a rapper? I'm like, nah.
That's insane.
That is a tough rap name, though.
That would be all.
I would take that. Yeah, that's fine.
That shows you the state of where we are, though.
Yeah, man. There's not a lot of information being passed between the generations.
Oh, it is. It's just if you're choosing to listen to it.
Right, and that's
you have to understand, every generation, we just get rooted and rooted.
Lord knows. These
Come on.
Like,
why you're rude?
Look what you did when you went into the media world of God. Nobody couldn't tell you that you wasn't it.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not even him.
Right.
So what do you think is going to happen by the time it gets past our kids' kids? You know what I'm saying?
The sense of entitlement is out of control with this generation. It's just they seem like they don't have to do any work. And it's like, work? You want me to do what? That's too much work, mister.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way, I like that because that teaches you to go and create your own business or whatever the case may be in your own walk of life. But in a way, the people that don't want to create their own business and feel entitled, they're the ones taking up a lot of space.
They are taking up a lot of space, a lot of extra mass.
And even when you're entitled, you still have to put the work into whatever your goal is. It's just not going to just happen. It's not going to... Listen, man, like, I'm going to give you a quick little story about how you cannot ever just give up on yourself. And if you know in your heart that you need something, you need to just do it.
Have you ever considered starting your own podcast? Hey everyone, it's your girl Qianathegoddess. When I was getting VPR Radio up and running with DJ FMI, we had so many questions about distribution on Apple, Spotify, Google, and all the other podcast platforms. We wanted to get sponsors and advertisers and a place to publish our podcast so there would be a central hub to access the audio. Then I found Anchor, and all our questions about podcasting and the next steps were answered. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcasts. It's 100% free and super easy to use. Trust me, because I do it. Through Anchor, we've received distribution for VPR Radio on all major podcast platforms, and they even alert us to new sponsors. Every week, I upload our audio, and our audience can go back and access the shows in case they missed the live stream. I love it. Try it for yourself by going to anchor.fm/start. Sign up and get your podcast started the right way. I'm so glad we did, and I know you will be too. That's anchor.fm/start. Go check it out.
So, like, for years, you know, I was confident in my skill set, and then I really felt like I know what each artist needed. You know what I'm saying? So when I did This In My Party, it was like I was listening to what Timbaland was doing at the time, and I made like a Timbaland. People thought Timbaland made that beat. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was going, like, for that vibe.
Yeah.
So I kept playing it for Clue every single day. Like, like, yo, you need this joint. I used to put it on the CD, like, number 1. Then I would, the next week I would bring it number 6. yo, the 6th time that he heard that joint, he's like, yo, what's this right here? I'm like, yeah, you like that, right? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like, yo, why you never played this before? I'm like, yo, this is the 6th time that I played you. He's like, nah, you never played this for me before. I'm like, so you just gotta just go with what you believe in your gut. If you feel it, go with it, and just, you know what you need.
The most humbling experience that I read last week, I was surprised. You know how we've been speaking upon Lizzo being half naked all the time?
Mm-hmm.
I seen Lizzo, she was doing media, and she was actually interviewing Chance the Rapper, but that's before both of them ever blew. And it was skinny Lizzo, well, skinnier than she is now.
Right.
And I sat there, I was like, I respect it. Because I'm like, she sat there, she played the back role until her time came. You know what I mean?
That's what you gotta do, man.
And she took off and did her thing.
That's exactly
now,
what
I
it is.
still don't agree with her being there.
Right.
But she's
but
super
nonetheless,
talented.
she put that work in. You know what I mean? Like, look at the people that we've even had, like, in our circle. You see them on the win. You know what I mean? Like, actors in my circle, I see them winning awards. I see them on TV. Like,
and
that's my people.
It's not your timing. It's God's timing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody's on a different path.
But if you stop putting your efforts in and you say, you know what, this is too hard, I quit, you'll never get that.
You see all those memes with the dude digging the diamonds and he's just about to hit it and then he walks away
and quit.
And you know what I'm saying? That's how it is, man. And it's like, it doesn't really even matter what age you are because your success can come at any point. Like Herbie Hancock, he's one of my favorite pianists. He won the best album of the year, like maybe 10 years ago. He was 67 years old when he won that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first time in his life he ever, all the stuff he's done, first time he ever won album of the year. And this is when pop music and rap music is popping a couple of years ago, and he won over all of them for the album of the year.
That's crazy.
So it doesn't matter. Like, whatever your path is, if you believe in it, it's going to happen for you. I always tell people that if you feel in your gut and you can taste it, then it's going to happen for you.
Look at Titty Boy. Before he was 2 Chainz, he was called Titty Boy.
Strong.
He changed it, and he made himself pop at 33.
Right.
He was in the game. He was
signed.
signed.
Titty Boy.
Thank you.
Like,
who are we talking about?
He was signed underneath Ludacris, disturbing the peace for the
Got you.
They kept shelving him.
Right.
He recreated himself, came out with Duffel Bag Boy, and then he said, "I'm going to go as 2 Chainz now."
Yeah.
And then now look, now this is the biggest he ever been. Now he's what? He's running the good music, pushes like the something of good music, all that. Hitmaker is what's his name? Young Berg.
Okay.
All them times when he was, "Hey, sexy lady," they didn't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Rappers are beating up on him, whatever the case may be.
Right.
He went back to the studio, learned how to become a producer, and he's nasty now. Now he's making all these rappers beats. Hitmakers. He's making
allegedly, you know, Onyx was an R&B group with dreads.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Yeah, and then they was dancing and everything, and they cut their dreads off and went bald-headed with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you know, and, you know, even Mobb Deep, they had, you know, their first song was Hit It From the Back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they just totally switched into some straight,
thug shit.
Gangster rap.
Gangster rap, yeah. So it happens, man. And like, you gotta just find your path. And then on top of that,
Argentina,
stop trying to put people in boxes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it.
Because Tupac was one of the people, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say something. You know, I always wasn't a great fan of Tupac. But I always admired, and I'm from New York, so, you know, I take things personal. I hold grudges for a long time.
No doubt. That ass.
Because if you wasn't from that generation, you don't remember how hot it was, and what he did to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, I'm a Knicks fan, so like, forget Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like, I'm still hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's like 7 of us Knicks fans left.
Right, it's like 5 of us dying off.
I was watching them play. It's sad.
I met 2 more. There were 5. You're 6. And I know 7.
But what I did admire about Tupac is that, you know what I'm saying, he was allowed to be able to do all types of records. He
Right.
can do I Get Around, but keep your head up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dear Mama, but whatever
Brenda's
else.
Baby.
Yeah, exactly. So,
my favorite song.
and that's pretty much all of us when we look at it. We're not just one-dimensional people. We're like,
Agreed.
we have multiple dimensions. Like, I can be really intelligent, or I can be really ratchet.
Right. And I love that.
Depends on the company that we
we're
in.
the
It depends.
same. We're intelligent and ratchet. We're Libras, so
Facts.
we got that balance. I think that's so great. And even when you think about how Pac changed his sound when he went West Coast,
Right.
You know what
right.
I mean? He took on that West Coast vibe, and he did it very
Absolutely.
well. Big was
Absolutely.
able to do it as well. Think about what
Yeah.
he did with Bone Thugs. Like
whew.
Big bodied that.
I didn't even
don't
listen
think
to the rest of
anybody
the
knew
song.
that Big could do that.
I would turn it off right after his verse. I'm like, I don't want
Yeah,
to hear the
that's
rest of
it.
this. I'm
It's
good.
over.
Yeah, this is crazy.
He bodied
y'all.
it on their
on their
shit.
joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
Armed and dangerous.
Yeah.
Ain't no-
You see,
what else?
it's funny. You did body that, and it's like a lot of people try to box in. You know what I feel like? When you're black and you're doing music, automatically they try to push you into hip hop
Urban.
or urban or R&B.
urban.
Lil Nas, you cannot tell me he's making hip hop music, and that's not. And it's cool. Like
Right.
that Old Town Road is dope. I love it. But they should have really left it in the country because that's where it belongs.
Yeah.
Like Tyler the Creator's album, the one that just came out, is dope.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't feel like that's
not
R&B or hip hop. To me, it's pop.
Right.
That you make my earthquake.
But if you said to anybody in the country world that's country with the 808s, you know what I'm saying? Like it's musically and sonically is from the trap world, and I'm not
Okay.
going to even call that hip hop. I'm just, you know what I'm
So-
saying? Because it needs to be its own
like a
genre.
subdivision.
So,
Right.
what do we call Justin Bieber? Because he's singing over hip hop beats with 808s, and they put it in pop every time. He just dropped the album.
Well, he's pop because of his skin complexion.
That's what getting me tight.
Yeah.
That's what to me in New York when you hear the sirens. But yeah, that's what gets me tight. VPR. It's like
Yeah.
I listen to Justin Bieber's new album. He's really he's Usher in a white man's body singing over now trap beats, and they all will categorize it as pop. And I'm just like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? I accept them in the hip hop community.
Well, I've always been pegged a hip hop producer just because the songs, the clique that was around just happened to be a hip hop clique. I didn't want to even do hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I felt like I could do hip hop, but musically, it's not really like challenging for me. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoy film scoring more because I can really express musically what I want to do as a musician.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say from being a composer and like a pianist.
And
Yeah,
that's not any slight on producers that aren't musicians, because some of my favorite producers like Marley Marl and Pete Rock and you know, Just Blaze and some of my favorite guys that I love, you know what I'm saying, they're not necessarily musicians, but they make their MPC or the SP1200, they make that an instrument, and I think that's dope. But it's the beat makers that just take samples and just loop them and put some drums on.
Kanye did it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool, but it's not something that I particularly admire or something that it doesn't do anything for my spirit. Hearing the same piece of music for 3 minutes over and over again does nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? If you loop your 8 bars and just play it for 3 minutes, that's not doing anything for my soul necessarily.
Gotcha.
Because even when James Brown is playing the same groove, that guitar player hits that G a little bit harder that time. You know what I'm saying? That bass player flubbed the finger a little bit, and that little dissonance was make it alive, even though it's the same piece of music
it adds
over.
texture to it.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
it makes it memorable.
Yep.
You see, and there's so many artists that now coming up in the 90s, I would say, and 80s too, copying someone's style was more of a thing where it's frowned upon, right?
Right.
But I feel like after T-Pain and after Designer was directly copying Future, it was okay.
I'm going to make a great argument about that. That's always been the case. And it's always been the case, and I'm going to take you back in history. The first major rock star in the world was Mozart in the 1700s when they created the piano. So this is when he actually was messy. You know what I'm saying? He was a messy dude. He had mad women. He was wild, getting drunk, getting high. He was doing all that back then. So he was a world-renowned person. When he came out, everybody that was composing sounded like Mozart. They followed his same style.
Yeah.
And then when Duke Ellington was popping with jazz, everybody composed like him and Basie. You know what I'm saying? Then when you had R&B popping and you had the doo-wop sound, Motown, everything sounded the same. And Stax and Motown sounded the same a lot.
True.
This has always been going on from the beginning and the genesis of music. People, when I got in the game, and I made Holla Holla, Duro, so includes partner, incredible engineer, he looked at me. He said, "Yo, man, you know what this means, right?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yo, you gotta make 20 of these right now." And I looked at him like,
see which one hits.
Just make the same joint over and over again.
right.
Like, just make that same beat over and over again. And I looked at him like, "What are you talking about like that?" You know, I looked at him like he was crazy.
From the business point, it makes
but
sense.
the business point, because I'm not, I'm pure.
Artistry.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist, so I'm looking at it like, yo, why would I want to do the same thing over again? You know what I'm saying? I just did that. But I didn't understand the business side of it. And if you get into the music business, air quotes, without understanding the business side of it, and it's about P&L, profit and loss, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to really be successful in the mainstream side of it. But you can still be successful if you put your own work out and put it out yourself independently.
Right.
Which I suggest that people do, because then you have power to do whatever you want to do, which you'll probably be happy. Now, do you need to be as famous as Beyonce? Probably not. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Once you have your small little niche fan base,
your fan base, you'll
be okay.
You'll be straight.
And we talk about this all the time. Like we all, I'm sure, know so many independent artists that are touring around the world that are very financially successful. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Ari, the rugged man.
Jobs.
This guy,
and they
killing it.
They live for their passion and their craft.
Right.
And they're able to still have a sense of privacy,
Absolutely.
which is a beautiful thing. You're sacrificing a lot.
Because that's the reason. That's the main reason why I didn't want to be an artist. Because I'm like, can I go play ball in the park anymore?
Right.
And so can I just go to the mall and just pick up some T-shirts?
The funny thing
Thank God for Amazon.
Amen.
I was watching, my brother was putting me on the artist, right? And when I heard the artist name, I was just like, really?
Yeah.
And his name was Lil Toenail.
Nice. That's strong.
You see what I'm saying? All right, Lil Toenail. And he looks like he's a Spanish kid, but he raps with a ski mask on.
Okay.
Does he have nice toenails?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know,
That's
but
what
he
we
dressed
gotta
out. He came to his show as a big toenail once.
Wow, that's strong.
He came in a toenail suit with the ski mask on.
Wow.
But his fans go crazy for him.
Okay.
He yells obscenities, but it works,
Okay.
right?
All right.
But then I sat there and Spade was
There's
like,
something for everybody.
I'm looking that up as soon as we leave.
thank you. And the crazy part is Spade was like, this is the perfect artist. I said, why? Because he still has his freedom. We don't know what he looks like underneath that mask.
Yeah.
And we're singing his music.
Marshmello, a lot of people use
Marshmello,
that same...
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk. Yeah, there's a lot of people that did that. And even her, not as so much, but before she would just cover her face the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Sia did that, didn't they? I still have never seen Sia.
Sia always has her face covered with her hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like,
Or like a mask.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never seen Sia's face. I know she got blonde and black.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you'll see.
And that, you know what I mean? And that, you could live your life.
Live
you could
your
have
life.
a family. You can
Because-
actually go home and have a regular house.
Because it's crazy out here in these streets, man. And like, people will go to the bathroom and then they can't even go to the bathroom without, can I get a picture? Like, where's your personal space? Like, it's no empathy for people, and there's no just understanding of being allowed to put yourself in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just wants what they want in this society
They're
now.
just
It's
desensitized, right? It's a me, what
Makes
I
me
want
sad
right
in my
now.
spirit.
Like I remember some years ago, and this was when, what was that steak place in Times Square? Tad Steak, remember Tad
Oh,
Steak?
yeah, please.
Tad Steak was still open then, and I
$10 steak.
Exactly. I was going to have my $20 lunch with some wine, right?
With
Me
some
and my
wine.
girl, and Bernie Mac came in with his wife.
Bernie.
Bernie Mac.
Right.
Wow, rest in peace, Bernie Mac. I was like, that's dope. So she's like, well, I'm going to go ask him for an autograph. I said, he's sitting there with his wife eating.
Right.
Don't go and disturb that man.
Right.
She went and asked him.
Right.
And he was like, could you wait till we're finished eating? Now, we
Right.
were both going back to our office, so there was no wait. But I'm like, you should have never, I would have told you the same thing.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I'm thinking, like, put yourself in their place. But nobody's doing that. Like, even at the top of the show, we were talking about how if there's a fight or somebody has a mental health episode, what do people do? They pull out their phone. They're not trying to help. They're
Kiana,
completely
every single day.
desensitized to
I'm
everything.
the king of treating stars like they regular.
Me too.
absolutely.
Regular schmegular. They love that
For
shit.
me, it's nothing. I'll never forget. I was DJ. I'm not gonna say the rapper's name. I was DJing their house party. Mind you, I got booked by their manager to DJ their video shoot house party. And I'm DJing. They come to me. They're like, "Can you play this song off my phone?" I'm like, "No, I don't know who you are.
Right.
I have to get cleared with the dude that booked me." And he looked at me strange, and I looked at him like. And then come to find out when he come back, I told him, like, oh, you're the rapper. Oh,
my bad.
You're famous. You're on TV.
Right.
Oh, I know
bad.
your
My
song.
bad.
Oh, no.
My bad.
I'm just trying to do my job.
Exactly
My
what you want me to do.
He was cool after that.
Shout out to Larissa, who said, never let mainstream define your success as an artist. To do that relinquishes
That's
your
awesome.
power. success is measured in so many different ways. Very, very profound.
Strong.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Absolutely. She was here on our show a few weeks ago, so we appreciate her.
So,
ground up youth.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask me whatever
Since
you
you
need to
create
ask me.
beautiful music, right?
I hope.
How do you feel? So how do you feel about these trap beats now, the 808s and just, you know, the double cadences on rapping and, you know.
So here's my take on that. Okay. You know, like I'm kind of, you know, I'm past all the people that bash it. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is like the industry is going to push whatever it needs to push so they can make the most amount of money and spend the least amount of money. Absolutely. So if I have everybody doing the same thing, that means nobody's special. That means nobody sticks out. That means I don't have to pay you more because I can get that from anywhere. So let's not bash, you know what I'm saying, the people that's doing that. Let's just make our own music. And on top of that, I've matured, you know, and I'm not going to say that. I'm going to try to be as least condescending as possible with being condescending.
Right. Diplomatically condescending.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to watch Sesame Street, you know, and I loved it when I was like 5 years old because that message spoke to me. But I am now 43 years old. I can watch Sesame Street with my kids and be like, cool, but it doesn't touch me the same way. It doesn't affect me the same way.
Okay.
And I feel that's the same way with today's trap music. It's not for me.
Right.
And that's fine. People just expect it just to be like, I just want it to be dead and over. It has its place. Because when I was 17 years old, I was listening to Throw Your Guns in the Air, which is just
like you just don't care.
Which is just as ignorant, if not as more ignorant.
I used to do that whole song in an English accent. My friends loved it.
Yo,
can we get a little quick?
It's time to get live like a wire. Set the whole bucket on fire.
Hey.
Yeah.
So like, yo, one thing happened to me too when I was when I was like in high school, Snoop album came out, and yo, it was the craziest thing to me. I had the corn braids at the time. Yeah, I was Snoop in the video and all that. Yo, we did like a video in the crib. I had this, like it was crazy.
Hilarious.
So like, I love that joint.
See pictures of this.
Yo, there's no pictures of that. I didn't take no pictures back in the days. So yo, like, years later, I'm going through my house, cleaning up my house, and I'm like about to be 30, and I'm listening. I'm like, oh, here goes Snoop album. Let me put that on for old time's sake. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, what the hell was he talking about? Yo, he was insane.
He's wild.
And then like he just was freestyling that whole album, and like it had a great place for that time in my life. But I've grown past that in those messages, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just not for me. So my problem is that there's not variety in music, and definitely in hip hop. It's just one thing going on. And I think when I was a kid and we was younger, we had PD, we had NWA, we had Tribe Called Quest, we had variety. So
it sounded different, man.
And see, that's where I tend to
My favorite was Special Ed, but go ahead.
That's where I tend to agree with you, FMI, on the point of like the sound and when T-Pain started with, the whole like auto-tune.
Yeah.
I feel like that did set a premise for a new sound that then everybody started imitating, and you didn't hear the differentiation, because even like East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, everybody has a different.
They would just
sound.
even
in New York, like
there's a lot of factors. There's also the internet. So things travel and information travel faster than it's ever did. In so you got to understand the recording industry worked the same way for 70 something years from the time that it was developed till we had the internet,
right.
And then we had the MP3. Right. Once we had the MP3, that changed everything, because now I can back in the days, you remember back in the days when people didn't know what style was going on, and you know what I'm saying? It took a long time before the South knew what was going on and where and all that stuff. That's over, because they can go directly to the internet and see exactly what's going on. They can go to Twitter, they can go to Facebook, they can go to Instagram and know exactly what's popping.
And then they can go to the studio and drop something and get their MP3 as they go out, or their WAV file. That wasn't happening in the studio back in the days. You were going to wait.
It could be on the radio. It could be mixed and mastered in the same day and distributed throughout the whole world in the same day.
Absolutely.
So like back in the days when you made a song, that was an idea from a year ago that you're just now hearing now. And now you're hearing exactly what I'm thinking.
It's like a movie, like production, post-production.
You know what I'm saying? Those days is over. So it's a different place. So what I have to say is that, no, I had a point in life where I was like, yo, no more 808s. I don't want to hear it no more. Because like, yo, it's like putting, like, if just an ingredient in your food, it's like putting curry in everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sick of it. You don't even want it anymore.
Like, come on, like, yo,
I like the curry and everything. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, like, come on, like, let's use something different.
Curry in my pasta, man. Come on.
Some people Rasta pasta.
Rasta pasta.
I know, but that's like, leave the Flatbush for that, man.
But like curry with marinara.
Yeah, we don't need
Not
that. So let's not put it in everything.
That's right.
And challenge yourself as a producer not to use 808s to the same drum kits that everybody else is using, just to see what else you can do. Because I have a lot of students, and I like, yo, make something like this, make something like that, without using those different instruments. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, I'm tired of it personally, but that's what I feel personally. But if people keep ingesting in that means it's a market for it. That means it's a place for it. So
and
it's a
will
balance.
Continue to be.
So I'm not going to be somebody with a flyer up like kill it.
I mean, and as a producer, can you really? Because if someone came to you and they wanted you to make that beat for the right price, would you do it?
At the right price, of course. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is,
I'll do a lot of things for the right price. Let that be known right now. VPR.
Not that many things, but there's certain things that will never happen.
Right.
But I'm at the point now, and here's the other thing. For me, my business model now is I'm not making any beats anymore. I'm only making the beats when you call me and you say what you want. So it's not like, yo, send me the files, send me the beat. We're not doing any of that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you really want to work with me, we're going to work together on something that you really love.
Right.
I'm going to make it for you, so I already know that you're going to love it because I'm capable and confident in my capabilities that I can make whatever you need musically because I've been doing this for so long. And I play everything, and I can just give you whatever vibe you're looking for.
Right.
So you're going to pay me, we're going to go to the studio, I'm going to get paid, and everybody's going to be happy. And you get your files in. So that's how I do. I don't even make beats anymore. Like, I only make beats when I got to go to the studio. So that's the only time I'm making beats. Like,
as you should. You know what I'm saying? You should custom tailor it towards the artist. Because if you're just sitting there making beats and you're sending them out.
It's a blanket beat. You know what I mean?
And then, a lot of artists don't want to spend time to build with producers and engineers. Right. And that's the issue. Because to find your sound, you need to stick to one.
That's something interesting, too, with there being the internet and a lot of these lease beats. I have run into 3 separate scenarios already where I have a song
over the same beat,
over the same exact beat. But
that used to happen back in the days too.
Both songs are hot.
That used to happen back in the days
authentically
too.
hot, and both songs sound completely different. It shows the versatility of how music is
and creativity of every human. You know
Once
what
you
I mean?
put something different on it, it's completely different. But now that's a conflict of interest because you both have the same date.
Of course, and now y'all got to fight.
You're not going to get that using
lawyers and then who got it first, check the stamps.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not even leasing it. They just straight going to the converter and converting it and putting it out, and they're like, YouTube. Whatever happens, happens.
And then I'll get the beat on the back end
because nobody cares about being sued. Because I tell people all the time, all right, you sue me, I'm just gonna get my money back for whatever you did. You know what I'm saying? It's not like people act like suing is gonna be like taking your whole life. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. You're just gonna get paid for what I'm supposed to get paid for. So people are like, if I made a hit record and I just gotta pay you some money from it, hey, it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah, Juice WRLD. Yeah, he took that sample from Sting. That damn song, but he had to pay out the butt for it. It was one of them. Like he took the beat, and they found out, and that was a top charting song from months. Yeah. Yo, he got that bread.
But the thing is, like,
he's dead now. God, rest his soul.
Yeah, but some people are like, I'll take that bet because, like, I'll just pay you that because now I'm hot and I'm being spoken about.
Yeah, so it's okay.
So it's like,
and I
I'll
probably
take that.
made that money back already.
And I made that money back on shows or whatever. So like, people will take that chance. So
on the, just to switch on the topic real quick. On the drive here, like to myself, I was thinking every rap group had an era. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thinking about like the Birdman era, like where Young Money, Cash Money, Young Money, the 99, they were running it to
the 99.
The 99, they were running it for how many years now? Well, they still are.
They still are. You know, they got Drake and they still got Nicki.
But they had from like 97 to up and up.
I say 98. Really, 98 started because 99 was when they came out with Back That Ass Up.
Then they had 50 Cent with his era.
Right.
It's always connected to some producer in that
Who was
generation.
producer of 50 though?
Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was the overall producer of that stuff. So Cash Money had Manny Fresh. So like normally it's produced to sound because that's what it was. I don't really agree with that either because as a producer I feel like we shouldn't have a sound. Like so when Pharrell was making the same thing over and over again, which I get it.
Pharrell's off the wall with it. I can't pinpoint his beats.
Yeah, I could, like. And mostly then, and even Swiss, like when they make the same thing over and over again.
Timbaland, yeah.
Timbaland, you know, like I get it because on the business side, yeah,
Right.
It makes sense.
it makes sense. But like I also think that it shouldn't be about us. You know, we should be in the background. I should be doing what the artist needs,
Right.
and it's not about it's not about my sound. And that's what the problem with that generation and that era was, because a lot of them songs don't live on forever because it was. You got a tag in the beginning, and you know what I'm saying? You got somebody talking about something in the intro that ain't got nothing to do with the song.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree with you because I
Okay.
feel like artists should focus more on what you do. Because without the producers and the engineers, there wouldn't be no sounds cultivate. And I feel like they artists take the whole rap for the record like they did everything from the scratch while not paying the right respects and money towards the producers and engineers.
I agree.
That's why
I agree with
I'm
that.
just like...
I agree with that, but I'm just saying don't do it on the record. You know what I'm saying? Like in the interviews talk about me and everything else talk about me, but I don't need to be talking about myself
But
on the
DJ
record.
Khaled does all the time.
But that's what that's why producers did that. Because I was one of the first people that actually did a tag because nobody was shouting me out on the records. And at that era, you need to be shouted out for people to get more money.
Right.
So I was like, I'm just put my name in the beginning. You know
When
what
I
I'm
was
saying? So I was
hearing-
one of the first people to tag myself.
When I was hearing DJ Drama, Gangsta Grizzles, when I was hearing that on the record, I was like, oh, this is going to be a hot mixtape.
Right.
Automatic. He was the one that was really, for me, that really started those drops that made me know it. All right, it's his body of work.
Right.
Like now you look at the DJ Mustards or the Metro Boomin.
Yeah,
Metro
those tags.
Boomin wants some more, and then before the song comes on, and
Me
then
and Just Blaze are really one of
DJ
the two
Clue
first
was
to really
also
do
big
it.
with that. Like,
Yeah,
the
Desert
Clue
Storm, yeah.
tapes were going to be
Yeah,
everything.
Clue.
See, it's just so that's how I was thinking about all
But it's
these-
branding. It's all branding.
It is.
It's all branding, and it's
That was
it's,
branding then
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
branding now.
We
Where
used to get,
everybody's
remember getting
branded.
mixtapes in the summer, like when you were heading to the summer, you're just like, oh, let me get this mixtape.
I
got the
remember
new
blend
mixtape
tapes.
before everybody else.
I didn't even like mixtapes. I like blend tapes, yo. I wanted a dope blend tape, and it's like that whole art is done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's a couple of dudes out there still doing it.
There
I think
are.
Dirty
Shout out
Harry
to
was
DJ
crazy.
Keith Up, who's still
Saying-
doing the mixtapes
Yeah,
for the
DJ,
artists.
yeah.
You know, like the blend tape was what I loved. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I missed that era a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, man. I look back on all the different times of music, all the ways we consume music. Remember when MP3s just became a thing?
Oh, yeah.
I remember when CDs were CDs.
Napster and all that.
Oh,
Napster and
LimeWire.
The first, the first music download system to corrupt your computer.
Oh, Lord.
Shout out to Napster.
And then you used to get that same song every time you thought you got the song. You got
It was not the song.
What's the name of that song? Like,
Yo, I have embarrassing stories about that. I remember when it was still popping off and I was just starting to DJ.
Yeah.
I went to go DJ at 316. It was supposed to be Michael Jackson that played. And it says, well, you have just reached a LimeWire settlement of $5,000. I was like, mind you, I'm in front of him. I was
Like,
like,
oh, that's how you get your music, DJ FMI.
Yeah, man.
I won't buy no Michael Jackson. It was
Man.
2000. Like,
You know, but the internet has changed everything. Like I said, like
now I have access to it.
Yeah, like, but on top of that, yo, it was a lot of dudes that was like the middlemen type dudes that really didn't do nothing and be lying about what they did. And they'd be like, yo, I work with this person, I did with, and you believe them. And like, I work at this office. I'll tell you one quick story. Like, I first guy in the industry, and I can't even think of this dude's name, but he said that he worked for RCA Records at the time.
Okay.
He was an A&R there. Matter of fact, he said he was the senior vice president.
Ooh,
So, yo,
he
was
put respect on his own name.
some spec on it. You know what I'm saying? So like I went up to the office, yo, and every time I met with him, it just always seemed to be after 7 o'clock. It never was like
It was the janitor.
like, but I didn't pay
He
no
was just
attention.
that busy.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you know what I'm saying? I didn't pay no attention. So I come to his office. He got the nice office. He got his name tag on the front of the desk.
all
He got his foot on the
Wow.
desk. He's like, yo, let me hear some of your stuff. And I'm playing the stuff. He's like, oh, that's dope. Let's go out to eat. So he had the corporate card. So we went off to Chris Roof. And I'm like, oh, he got the money. All right,
Right,
yo, it's
right.
going down. But yo, for months I kept meeting with this cat and nothing ever got sold. And I'm like,
Right.
yo, he likes what I'm doing. He's taking me out. What's
the
not
problem?
happening? What's going on? So, yo, so like I ain't hear from him for a while. So now I got a new connect, a new A&R over there. RCA that I was dealing with. And so, yo, what happened to the homeboy? He's like, who, the intern?
Oh.
He's like, oh, yo, he got fired because he was having meetings pretending he was.
Oh, you having meetings with you.
I was like, yo, I
You
was
see
one
what I'm
of
saying?
those. So
People
like,
still do that though these
Yo.
days, which is crazy
I
because
don't
it's
know how to get away with
it's
it.
very easy to check people out now and just
Yeah,
to
man.
Google them. But literally, some dude was trying to get Kip Piles and saying he was from Def Jam,
Right.
and I talked to all my Def Jam people. Nobody had ever heard of this man. I'm like, and he's emailing you from Gmail. Kip, don't get got.
yeah, they
Not
used to
from
do
Def
those at
Jam.
those
It's all
conventions,
fake.
those big conventions were like, yo, have your music listened to by a label
Uh-huh.
person. I happened to be in D.C. one time for one of those conventions. I just happened to be hanging out in
You
DC
were
at the
attending?
time. No, I was just hanging out in DC, and then
Okay.
I heard that this convention was happening. My ex-girlfriend at the time, her cousin wanted to go to that convention. He's from North Carolina, came all the way from North Carolina to DC to go to the convention. I'm like, you sure you want to go to those? You know what I'm saying? Those kind of flaky. So,
Yeah.
so I just walked through. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't had to. Of course, I ain't had to pay for it. So I just walked up in there. And so I was just seeing who was there. I'm like, none of these people had labels. So then I went to Def Jam because, that's where I was normally at. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Def Jam to see who was out over at Def Jam. It was the dude that clears the samples. And he's sitting there like, let me hear what you got. I'm like,
Waste my time.
I'm like, this is just a total waste of people's
total
time.
waste
And they
of
just
time.
getting you $750 and $1,500 for the VIP package.
Oh, of course. You gotta have the VIP package.
Gotta get the VIP.
Or you get a one-on-one with the sample
right.
clearance guy.
You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. So like,
Get a
Everybody got
one-on-one
their
with Def
come up,
Jam
man.
representation.
I got a lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of times, sitting out there in the offices waiting 2 hours for people to come in. But the crazy thing is, like, I had a situation where I wasn't getting my publishing at first. I don't know why I wasn't getting my publishing. So, like, long story short, I went and I met with one of the people from Ascap. And, like, every time you went to an A&R or executive meeting, they would never look at you in your face. They'd be on the phone. They would walk out in the middle of a sentence on you and just rude. You know what I'm saying? So, dude was being real rude to me. He was in pain because I was brand new in the game. You know what I'm saying? He was paying no attention to me. So, he's, like, looking. He's like, what you said your name was again? I said, Taiwan Green. He was like, so he looks up at me. He's like, Taiwan Mr. Fingaz Green? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, so you want to tell me that you Mr. Fingaz? I'm like, yeah. So you gonna sit here and you gonna tell? He said that like 15 times in a row. Like, so you saying you Taiwan Mr. Fingaz Green? I'm like, yo, fam, yes. Right. He's like, hold on. Goes to the phone, starts dialing up. He's like, you'll never guess who I have in my seat in front of me right now. Taiwan Mr. Fingaz Green. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. He's right here. I'm looking right at him. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
So he gets off the phone. He was on the president with Ascap. He was like, hey, what's up, my brother? Yo, a whole different vibes. He's like, hey, I got your check right here.
Some respect on my name.
He's like, yo, I got your check right here.
We've been holding it for you, sir. Yeah. We got your check right here.
Yo, totally different vibe once you knew what it was. And that's how it be, man.
Yeah. You see, it's scary in this business, man, because there's so many pretenders and it's not even that. And the beauty of the internet is it cut a lot of that malarkey out.
Right.
Because now the streets going to choose you. If the people are going to choose you.
Right, right.
So you get the streets. The people will choose you and gravitate to your music. Then the label just has to fall in line now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, the way you go about, getting your deal done with the label is up to you.
And what you do,
you got leverage.
Success after that. You know what I'm saying? Because look at Blueface. Like Blueface, like he got, like.
I'll never forget. This is before Blueface popped, and I heard his music. I was like, he's gonna be huge. And I was like, I called my pops in. First I was laughing at it. I was like, he's rapping on me on purpose. And then I was like, he's gonna be a hit. Called my pops. I was like, pops, listen to this. He's like, what is this? What is he had it, bro. He had it with him.
Yeah.
I was just like, watch him become a star. He's like, no, he won't. I was like, all right.
Yo.
A month later, I was like, one of the biggest dudes. I was like, see? And I was like, he has the look.
Yo.
And plus, he's confident while having the look.
Yo, who's that gold on your chain? Who's that dude from back in the day?
Trinidad James?
Yo.
Gold all the mop.
Every 2 years, you get one of these guys
and
like that.
He found the lane.
Yo, we had Yachty. You know what I'm saying? You get
Yachty's still big, though. I can't hold it. And he wrote that. He wrote Act Up for City Girls. Too.
Yeah, I got you. But
I went to one of his shows.
And he does other stuff besides that.
I went to one of his shows. Young man is carrying himself right. I ain't gonna hold you. His business.
I figured that.
He's touching what he has to touch. I'm telling you that.
But on the music side, man, like you can find your way.
I couldn't stand Yachty when he first came out.
Yo, but the thing is, like, I tell people, and I just wish people could just see my emails and my inboxes every single day. Yo, I get the craziest email. Yo, could you hear my music? Could you listen? I'm like,
oh my God, we talk about this all the time. I'm on Facebook screaming at these people all the time. Stop emailing me with all of that.
Yo, I got one dude that was emailing me every single day, 3 beats every single day for 2 years. Crazy. I just finally blocked him like the other day.
Right,
like, yo, because if you heard the beat, I was listening to it and it was giving me a panic attack. I'm like, where's the beat at? Yo, it was crazy.
Can't catch it.
It's crazy.
They be spamming your email like it's gonna make a difference.
So much.
All artists that listen on
emails,
VPR,
spamming DMs. Stop spamming us. If you want your music here, send it to
no
VPR.
Hello, no nothing.
No nothing.
Not how you
Check
doing.
me out, yo. Leave a
but,
comment, like and share. I'm not doing any of the fucking above. You want me to do any of that? You will pay for it because that's a service, and that's gonna take my time.
before we continue the conversation, I legit forgot we were on radio. I feel like we're just having a conversation with ourselves. I was like, wait, what am I doing? I focused on what I was doing. I was like, oh, wow, I'm here. VPR, we love what we do. And it's great when we have guests that we could just, I feel like I've known him for years.
Right.
I feel like I could break bread with him. I could eat food with him.
We can definitely do that because I can cook. You know
But yeah, it's just like the evolution of just music in general. It's been beautiful.
Right.
It had its ups and downs. I remember being excited. Certain artists that just bring excitement to you when they drop a track.
Absolutely.
Like I went through that with Drake. I went through that with. I remember when he first came out and he would drop a record. He used to be like, "Oh, what is he gonna do next?" Because he was so different. Kanye.
Sure.
What made me
I loved Kanye.
The old Kanye.
I love Kanye. The old Kanye. I loved him when he first came out, and I would.
When he made Diamonds, I was sold.
I was, I was at Murder Inc., so that's where I started from.
Okay.
So I was at Murder Inc., so Rockefeller was literally down the hallway. They used to call that part of the building the block.
Right.
Because people would be out there in front of the office rolling dice and all that back in the day. Literally, drinking 40s.
Listen, it was like that in the fashion industry, too.
Yep.
Like, anybody that was working with Sean John and everything, it was so hood. It was so hood. It's like, why can't we coexist in the same building with the white people and just be the same?
Nah, you get beat up in the elevator.
It was a lot of fights in that building.
You go to Quad right now. I got a DJ at Quad tonight. And they be telling me, they was like, you know what, Quad, don't get it messed up. We in Times Square right now. But bro, a lot of people get robbed and stripped in this elevator.
That same elevator is where Tupac got shot.
Absolutely.
And that's like, it's funny because one of the owners of Quad Studios, he was telling me this. He was just like, don't think it's sweet. I've gotten in this elevator late night, after the Casanova events, and I met a dude in there that legit is butt naked. They was just like, yo, did they strip me and rob me for my J's and my watch and I was just like, you serious?
Listen.
And he owns the studio there. I'm like,
people used to be standing outside that spot like, yo, I know you somebody. You just came out that building.
Yeah.
That's how they used to be. You know what I'm saying?
They still do it now, bro.
I was just going to say they still do. And there's Penthouse Studios up there, too. They still do.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's
that whole building
the owner of Penthouse. He's really
I'm mad cool with him.
That whole building used to be Quad.
Years ago.
That whole building used to be Quad. 3rd floor, 6th floor, 8th floor, 10th floor, and the Penthouse. That all used to be Quad.
He wants to come on VPR also. But that's crazy. Yo, who would ever think that one of the most popping studios in New York, for whatever reason, I don't know why everybody want to run the Quad.
Hit Factory or Sony? Which one? Which one you talking about?
I was speaking about Quad because everybody runs there. Everyone from out of state runs there and throws money.
It's still the same. It's still around, and it's just the name because it's still not. Because honestly, it's a name because that wasn't even the 10th floor. The 10th floor was just a lobby.
Right.
And the studios was on the 3rd floor, 6th floor, 8th floor.
Right.
That's so wild.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's Premiere and all other types of studios. They broke them all up because, like a lot of the buildings went out of business.
Right.
So now, Quad is more digital now. They don't really have that much outboard gear and all that. But it's just the name of, it's Quad.
It's the name. It's so many of the biggest artists, especially in hip-hop.
I'm still shocked that even...
But Hit Factory's going and Sony's going, so like...
I'm still shocked that he got shot there, Tupac.
But that's before they did the whole elevator. That's why they changed the elevator situation in there where you have to somebody has to come down and get you and bring you up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the 10th floor. You couldn't, back in the days, you could go directly to your floor before that happened.
Right.
Because I'm like, yo, I walk outside, there's nothing but armed police officers with like battle rifles. Like this. And I'm just like, and I'm like, you still getting juked out here?
Yo, I got the crazy story on the reverse side of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, on the reverse side. So I'm walking in the Quad with a reputable artist that we all know. And, me and Irv is with him. We just picked him up from his crib, and we about to go through this session. And we get out the car, and we walk in. And now, back in the days in Times Square, they used to have all these African dudes that used to hold, like, watches. And they used to remember that, right?
They still hold watches.
Like these
watches,
Gucci. They be standing. I'm like, y'all standing here all day holding that thing? Y'all in good shape.
Yep.
But anyway, so, like, he's in the middle of his little speech that he always gives. Like, I got to do this. If I got to do this, I got to do this. And you know what I'm saying? How he talking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then he looks over, and he stops the middle of his sentence, and he looks at the dude. He's like, yo, that's my watch, dog.
Oh.
Bow! He knocks this dude out. He drops all the watches. He picks this one watch up, and then he goes right back into, because if the dog got a bite, the dog got out. I'm like, man.
Got a bite.
Listen, I'm like, wait.
So he keeps walking. He's still talking, saying his story, like, because if I gotta be like the way I am, then I gotta change. But he's just talking about whatever he was talking about before. So then we get on the
didn't just happen.
Like it didn't just happen.
Right.
I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like, what? Did I just be a part of a criminal case.
Right. Is criminal activity happening?
He canceled it out because he was getting back what was his.
Yeah, so you're right. So then we get on the elevator and he's like, starts laughing. Yeah, you know this ain't my watch, right?
Oh my goodness.
All right, forget it.
This dude is out to lunch right now. You know what I'm saying? But
God bless his soul.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of crazy situations with rappers in that building, in that same building, Quad. Yo, Old Dirty Bastard. That was one of the craziest sessions of my life.
I'm sure.
I'm saying I'm from the hood, so I've never been afraid of any man.
Thank you.
I've never been afraid of any man, but he made me feel uncomfortable.
Tell us what happened.
He felt like being locked in a room with a raccoon.
Anything could happen.
You don't know what can happen. He can scratch you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I know I'm bigger than you.
You're
but
right. I'm still a little scared.
Yeah, I feel quite comfortable at first. You know what I'm saying? Around him. So one day I'm just back in the days, used to stay at the studio all day long.
Right.
All day long, all night long. When I come home to 12 o'clock in the noon. Right. So this is one of them days I come back from the studio session, then I get a call from Irv an hour after I just got home. Get in the car now. Don't even brush your teeth. Don't even wash your ass. Get in the car. I'm like, what happened? Get in the car now. I'm like, what the hell is going on? The hell? Yo, bring this beat. Okay. So apparently, Old Dirty Bastard picked a beat that was 87 BPMs. He was going to do it. He had started on it. And then he was like, I don't want that beat no more. I want one of my beats now. So my beat is 110 BPM. It's totally way faster.
Crazy. Yeah.
So he's arguing. Yeah, he's arguing with the engineer put that what I just did on this song. Now this is 1998. It's not even possible.
I'm about to say, even if you don't go 10 above or 10 below, it just sounds too.
There's no time stretching, none of that stuff even invented yet. We're not even there yet. This is 2-track reels. You know what I'm saying? 2-track reels. So anyway, we're like, all right, I track the beat. So he tells the engineer, yo, record everything that I'm doing. I'm like, okay. So he's in the booth with us. He's like, all right. He's like, so the engineer's like, you ready? He's like, yeah. So he's standing next to us in the control room. So he's like, when are you going to go in the booth? So he's like, yo, press record. So he's like, yo, what are you talking? Press record! He just starts press record. I was like, all right. So we press record. So he's bopping to the beat in the control room with us.
Right.
So we like, yo, what is he doing? So a minute and a half go by the beat, and then he just runs into the booth mad fast. He's like, so he goes to the mic. He's like, bitch ass motherfucker, and he runs out and runs back into the control room with us. And like, yeah.
What the hell?
He's like, this is it.
Yo, we was looking at each other like, yo, what in the hell is going on? So then he started.
Like the Dave Chappelle, I rhyme and I rip and I rip and I rhyme.
Yo, he ran in there. So. It's a very long story, so I'm keeping it short. Yo, basically what he was doing was running back and forth, doing his ad-libs first.
Right.
He was doing his ad-libs before he did his verse.
Wow.
So and he was putting his verse sporadically.
Talk about reverse engineering.
Yeah, reverse engineering.
Uh-huh.
Then he was putting his bars in sporadic places of the beat, and then it would come together as a verse. Right. So me and Irv was there for hours with this dude. So he's on one side of the couch like this, about to die. And I'm on the other side of the couch about to die. And then we start seeing little things come together. And it was a phrase. And then it was another phrase. And then he had a verse.
And then puzzle pieces.
It was
right?
puzzle pieces. It was like Jenga. It was like Jenga.
Right.
Rap Jenga.
Don't drop it all.
Right. So then at some point he did something and it connected the whole thing and it was a whole final verse.
Wow.
And we jumped up and we started. Now, we didn't give this dude no energy for 8 hours straight.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, now he sees us jumping up and down in the control room.
He had enough energy for both of y'all.
If you would have seen his face, he was like...
that affects artists, man. When you see people not bopping in the studio when you're doing your thing, you just got to trust in yourself. And, I hope it's a hit because everybody in the studio ain't feeling it. I hope it's going to come together.
And that's the magic of the art. You know what I mean? Because you guys had no idea what the hell he was doing or where it was going to go.
We had no idea where it was going. So he's like, yeah, I love y'all niggas. Y'all real. Y'all ain't gay like them bitch ass Neptunes. That's what he said.
Yeah, back then,
Yeah, I like
VPR exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jesus, yo. So, but the one thing about him, man, is he was always on time or he was not showing up.
One or the other.
One or the other.
I don't know if that works in your benefit, but it worked, right?
Right.
If he's coming, he'll be on time.
Yo, because that song, I'm About Your Money, is about Sylvia Rone. He used to actually get paid to go to his sessions. He got a little advance money just to go. He was like, I'm not even recording unless you give me some money.
Wow.
So that song is about Sylvia Rone actually showing up. And I was there multiple times where she had to check for him just so he can go to the session. So if he knew that she was going to come in, he didn't come to the session.
Yeah.
It was crazy like that.
I respect it.
I respect it too.
You know what's
Respect
crazy?
the grind.
Every artist, who's the artist that cut off their own ear? Come on, there was an artist, an actual artist.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When he was cutting off his ear, people looked at him left. But we don't know what he did. But hey,
Well, I mean,
still,
he was also in an insane asylum.
Yeah, he was a little bit off.
But we remember his name.
He's a little bit touched.
Yeah, he
You see what I'm
had
saying?
a-
But
he had a
we
lot going
remember
on, but
his
his art
name
was
now.
beautiful. It's the madness that helps all that art to come together.
I think every artist has a little bit of craziness.
Oh, absolutely. Don't you have a little bit of madness?
I don't know.
Oh, FMI, I already know you. I know. I think all of our audience can.
Oh,
see.
nah,
They've seen
oh
bits
yeah,
and
nah,
pieces.
last episode, yeah, you see it.
They've seen
20 times.
I do think that I'm one of the most sane musicians. I
Do
know.
you?
Oh, you seem very calm.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the most sane ones. I mean, I got my moments, but you know,
but there's something there that's touched.
mostly inside my brain because like I be
Right.
looking mad cool and like out here, like
Yeah.
But in my brain's like,
There we go. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like you may look like it's all together, but there's something somewhere. I know. I know all too well.
Some things misfiring up there.
Right. Or going 100 miles a minute.
Right.
Oh,
So tell me, first of all, where everyone can find you, because I know everyone has been listening and they've been enjoying all of the wisdom and gems that you've been dropping.
There's a nice train station that I like to sleep at night.
We don't want them to come physically find you.
like, what?
We just want them to follow you on social media. And don't send him your beats. Thank you.
Please don't send me your. Nah. What I would say about that is like, my advice to you is, do you like it? Do you like your song?
Right.
Do you believe in your song? Because
Right.
that's the only opinion that matters. Because
True.
we're in a point in time where you can just make it happen yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, anything works.
And it's all subjective, right?
It's all
My
subjective.
art may not be for you and vice versa.
Yeah, it's my opinion. Whether my opinion matters to you, like,
Right.
because if somebody else, like, I could totally get it wrong. I got it wrong with T-Pain.
Right.
Because they asked me to work with him in the beginning, and I was like, I'm good on that.
Wow.
I got it
And
wrong
same
with
thing with Akon, same thing. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
And then you never know.
Yeah.
So who knows? But you can find me and follow me on Instagram as Mr. Fingaz. Same thing on Twitter. Mr. Fingaz, I'm never on Twitter. And Facebook.
And that's Fingaz.
Yes, the hood way. Yes.
That's right.
Way.
Fingers,
the
not
Chopped
fingers.
cheese way.
Yeah, chopped cheese way. You heard
do you know
the
that?
Timberland way.
Do you know that I only had chopped cheese for the first time last year when I
too.
started working in the Bronx?
Me too.
Isn't it like I still have never had it.
You gotta have the right one though.
I know.
You
We
gotta
were
go to
just
the
talking about
Bronx.
that. You got to go to.
Don't get chopped cheese in Queens.
Didn't
It's
I
not the
just
same.
say that?
You gotta go to the
Yo,
Bronx.
I'm gonna hold you down.
We literally
I had
were
it in
just
the
talking about
Bronx
this
too,
before you
Yeah.
arrived.
and I've actually found 2 places on the island, Staten Island, that be finessing it.
Really?
I moved out from Brooklyn to Staten Island.
Okay.
And one of my Aki's in the store,
Yeah.
you feel me? And he's just like, you know about chopped cheese? When I asked him, I was just like, do you have chopped cheese?
Yeah.
He's like, you know about chopped
Did
cheese?
you ask it like
He's
that?
like, I did. It was after I finished DJing.
Scared.
It's like like it's like you got past a note under the table.
Right.
That's exactly what it was.
Circle,
And he was just
yes
like,
or
he's
no.
like, when I'm in the Bronx, that's all I made. He's like, now I'm out here. You the
Oh,
first
that's
person
lit.
ever on Staten Island. I was, and that's my man now.
Do you remember like when there was no grill delis at all? Like it was like one. It was Sal's
Absolutely.
Deli
Oh, dude.
on Hollis and whatever the Francis Lewis,
dude.
and that was the only grill in the whole Queens. Now, if you don't have a grill, you are shut down. Your
Yeah.
store is
Yeah,
shut down.
and you know
gotta have
what
a
gets
grill
me
now.
tight when they close it down?
When-
Keep your girl going 24/7. Go ahead.
24/7, B.
You gotta. Don't be
I
shutting
need
your
that egg
door
and
off at
cheese.
5
I need that egg
p.m.
and cheese at 2 in the morning. I
Right.
need
You
that.
make so much more bread.
Absolutely.
Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Them cold sandwiches is cool, I guess. They have
24
their
hour
place.
spots, no. They
But
know
nah,
better.
man.
We
Come
ain't
on.
losing that much money. You're gonna make that money back.
Yeah,
Right.
you good. You know, I know y'all selling extra stuff
Y'all
out
ain't
there
cleaning the
anyway.
grill anyway.
I'm done.
We lived in New York too long.
Lord
finished.
knows, man.
All of us. I
Yes,
feel like
we
we went
have.
anywhere else, our energy would be so off the wall for
It
people.
is.
my God.
It is so off the
We
wall.
grill
I'm
people
telling
every
you.
day.
Listen, man. Listen, my kids live down in Johnson City, Tennessee, and everybody they like,
It's a
where's
whole
that at?
different vibe.
They're like,
Yeah,
because it's a
exactly.
one horse town with no horse. That's
Right,
why you
right,
never
right.
heard of it.
Right.
So my kids live down there, right? And every time I go down there, they're like, "Hi, how you doing?" And they just have a whole conversation with you. The white people too, they're so
They
nice and
do.
friendly. And then as soon as you go to McDonald's, how can I help you, man? How you? And they have jokes and they just nice.
Right.
Yo,
Whole
I-
conversation.
Yeah, I come back to New York and I go to the chicken spot. What you want?
Yeah.
What you want?
It's different. It's a culture shock.
Yo,
I
I'm
think
like,
that's why
damn.
it's a culture shock too in reverse when you're coming from the South and you have the expectation, because it's true. Like I remember the first time I was visiting down just like in VA, deep in VA, like past Norfolk and stuff, and everybody, how y'all doing?
Yep.
And y'all from New York? Oh my God, I love your accent. Where you from? I'm like,
What
I
accent?
ain't got time for this. Right. And it's like, yo, we got things to do.
You the one with the accent,
Nobody,
damn it.
y'all drive too slow.
Y'all got an accent.
Nobody beeps when the light turns green.
That happened to me when I went to Hawaii. I was sitting there driving around and everybody's like, mahalo. I was
Right.
like, Yo, I don't know you. Stop trying.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
then
like,
I got
yo,
used to it,
even here, because like, yo, I used to live in St. Albans. You know what I'm saying? St. Albans, Queens. Like, shout out to St. Albans, Cambridge Heights, North Side, which is way softer and nicer than, you know what I'm saying, South Side.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So South Side, I couldn't even go to South Side when I was a kid. My mom's like, you ain't going over there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't let my kids go over there. So you're damn right. Yeah.
But I moved to South Ozone by Liberty. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that whole vibe over there is like, I get like it's Italians over there. So I go outside, they be like, hey man, how you doing? And I'm like, who are you?
Right.
I'm like, I can say hello over here?
Yeah, I'm done.
you go to the store. Can I have mozzarella cheese? No, it's called Fresh Mozz.
Right.
You want Fresh Mozz on your sandwich?
Yeah,
when I went to stand down, that's what they say to me. I'm like, okay, Fresh Mozz.
Oh, yeah. So it's a whole different vibe. So like now in my neighborhood now, like, yo, I can get fresh fruits.
Gentrification has worked well.
I still can't. That's why I do Amazon Fresh because I can't.
You do that?
You use Amazon?
Yeah.
I was looking at it
my
yesterday.
neighborhood key food recycles. They recycle their fruit and stuff, and they like to retag meat. So literally, the only thing I buy from my nearby grocery store is like water and sometimes bread because we drink a lot of water. Yeah. So a lot of gallons of water, and that's it.
I know what you can't get out of key food. Don't ever get no fish out of key food. Don't do that to yourself.
No. Ew.
Don't do that to yourself.
That fish in the pack. You know what I mean? That unnamed, untagged salmon.
Yo, don't do that. Don't do that salmon to yourself.
Definitely don't get like any mussels or shellfish or anything that they have sitting there.
Don't do that.
Y'all forget it right now. I want everybody that listens to this right now. I don't know when the interview is going to drop, probably next week. But today is February 27th.
Yes, it
At
is.
the beginning of March, we will no longer get plastic bags in stores.
That's
and
right.
this bothers me greatly.
So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to like just have my arm out?
You are to bring an eco-friendly bag. I have 500 of them. That's right. My daughter is becoming a marine biologist.
So I'm supposed to walk with one in my pocket every single day?
Our world is breaking down. Our entire earth is breaking down, and we need to rid it of plastic.
Why can't they just recycle the bag?
Look at our oceans.
That's what I thought we did.
Because they don't. You might. I know I do. You might. But the oceans are
So when I go to Ox store, I can't get a plastic bag, is what you're telling me.
I'm dead serious. They won't give it to you, bro. And I went to LA and they did that to me, and I was tight.
They're going to replace them with paper bags.
No,
well,
they're not.
California, yes, they are.
So let's go.
California was the first.
It rains
and
over here.
That's why literally people will have to start. Especially if you're getting something that is of good substance, that's substantial, that you're going to have to
So
carry.
we're going from plastic to paper. What's the difference? We're still using another.
That it's biodegradable. That's the difference. Plastic takes 200 years to break down.
I didn't know.
Therefore, when plastic was first invented, that plastic that was invented in the early beginning still has not broken down.
Don't they melt plastic bottles down to make other stuff like the water bottles that we drink?
Some, but it cannot all be. There's some particles that are so small and things that are added to plastic to keep it from breaking down and protecting that makes it not be able to. And literally, like every single ocean is so ridiculously polluted.
I've been in the ocean. I don't know, man.
I'm sorry.
I got back from my cruise. I ain't seen not shit in that damn
pow.
Oh, man. Yeah, that water did look blue as hell on that cruise this summer. I just went on a cruise to see.
Boy, I'm telling you, I was swimming in like a little guppy, and I was a little baby beluga whale, and I ain't seen not a damn.
It looked pretty clean in Mexico too. You know what I'm saying? I was in Mexico.
Shout out to Mexico.
I'm about to go to Puerto Rico in a couple of days too.
That's where I went too. I went to Old San Juan. You know what I'm saying, on the cruise. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm about to
ask them where their dirty oceans are, not the tourist ocean, and you'll see. Everybody hides it.
New York don't have dirty oceans.
Get the hell out of here. I live right by the ocean. That shit is trash.
I almost stepped on the syringe in Coney Island.
So you got a salon in there? That's where they going now?
Well, Coney Island isn't nearly as dirty of a beach as it used to be. But yeah, there used to be like live active HIV needles.
Right, absolutely active. Like pop off if you want to over here.
Absolutely.
Yo, you're going to get more than crabs over here.
Yeah.
You're going to get more than muscles.
Crabs and acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Thank you. Welcome to fucking Coney
See, that's
Island.
my boss for the week. Lord have mercy.
Oh, this is a great interview. I really feel like we should sit here with a friend of ours for so long and so natural.
Yo.
Old New York versus New York. The beaches are dirty as hell.
VPR, y'all stay safe. Radio Free Brooklyn. Shout out to all our listeners. Thursdays, we love you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all having me come out, man. Peace to people, man. God bless everybody out there that hear my voice, man. And good luck to you in every endeavor that you have. Peace.
We need to hear more of your stories because your stories be on
I got a million of them.
Sure.
I got a million of them.
Yeah, we like stories. We like to remind people of how things used to be and
fire.
how some things began. The unspoken stories that you don't know of things behind the scenes.
Right.
Yo, if something happened to me today at Quad Studios, I'm gonna get tight at both of y'all. Because I'm gonna feel like y'all put all this negativity in my mind, and I got a DJ there today, and y'all doing it. And
yo, just do what I do.
DJ
Yo, I know you somebody. I'm like, I'm nobody. I just nobody. I'm nobody.
Tuck the chain.
Right, definitely put the chain away.
I stopped wearing jewelry. I don't even wear a watch anymore. I stopped wearing jewelry maybe 15 years ago.
This watch is different.
I just stopped wearing jewelry in general, and it had nothing to do with like being robbed or anything like that. Because anybody can get robbed.
Yeah,
it just had to do with I just started making decisions on like what do I like. You know what I'm saying? Like why am I being the same way that everybody else is being?
Amen.
And whatever is my vice is my vice because everybody has their vices. My vices is food. Right. I'm gonna go to Mr. Child's and spend $700 in Mr. Child's.
Skinny, my guy. So you into food?
I'm looking like a second trimester over here, little son.
Bro, you wild skinny.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you.
When you said you was 40, you said you was 41?
43.
That's crazy. Because I looked at I'm like, I don't see it. I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's because that melanin knows. Like,
I'm gonna say because y'all hit his voice right now.
Looking 25, like
I thought
Tamara that was here. I won't even speak her age, but like you would never guess her age. Okay, you would never ever guess that woman.
Yeah, I try to blend in. I try to blend in when I can. When I can.
Yeah,
I'm about to get that just for men. About to get that just for men popping. You know what I'm saying? Because that graze is coming out, so I'm about to get that just for men.
That's right. As long as you don't start coloring it in. What is that they use on like Hollywood sets?
Ask my father. He probably got it. He probably got it.
They be filling in the hairline.
The LeBron thing.
Beijing. I think that's what it's called. Beijing.
I'm trying to get whatever Tiger. When I start losing hair, I'm trying to get whatever Tiger got because he got his whole hairline back. I don't know how much it costs. I'm gonna
come on home, man. I'm gonna come on home.
Like you got a beard, bro. I can't do that yet. I'm gonna look like Steve Harvey.
I'm gonna take it all off. I'm gonna do the Don Lemon. I'm just gonna fresh face.
I respect it.
Fresh face.
The Don Lemon. Yeah.
Everything's gonna go all the way off.
Right. Sharp.
I'm coming all the way home. Just a straight bowling ball out here in these streets.
And I see that we've got some beard growth. What's going on? You want to tell us about this?
All right, so I changed my regimen.
Have you been putting the
Let me tell you what I did.
Let me
tell you what I did.
Okay.
So the sea moss has been helping, right?
Okay.
But what I did was I changed the lotion that I used to buy at the 99-cent store because it was watery.
All right, I already know.
You feel me?
That Kerry. Don't stay away from the Kerry. We used to use the Kerry and Tussie as kids. You remember Tussie?
Not Tussie.
Yo, Tussie, you had to get a shower in 15 minutes after you put Tussie on.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
That used to drip all down my whole body to my drawers. I'm like, why I got deodorant on my drawers?
I used to, as a kid, I used to use pink. I used to see my parents use it. You remember pink?
I don't even remember that one. You
the
got
bottle
me that
of
one.
pink, it was legit pink as a moisturizer. It was like a gel. But anyway.
That's a hair cream.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm just saying.
You used to use that for your body?
No, I'm dirty. I can read. Dirty.
Yeah, oh man.
Boys don't be knowing sometimes. They're like, it's good ass lotion.
Yo, not for nothing. Am I the only dude that uses female deodorant?
Yo, strong enough for a man, made for a woman. Absolutely. All day long. When I'm in a bind and my girl got the secret, I'm going with that secret. It's holding me down too.
So many men use women's deodorant, including my sons.
It's
you know what I mean? My ex used to be like, yo, don't tell nobody. I remember I opened his medicine cabinet.
I don't care.
I'm like, well, who cares that you have
ladies?
It's
a macho man.
It's funny,
like, yo, I'm not that dude, man. Like, yo, it is what it is. Yeah, I would go get some maxi pads for my girl in a second.
Good job.
Yo, I would do all that. I'm not embarrassed by any of that. Like, it's just foolish to be embarrassed by that. Like, obviously, I won't have a period.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not using this. Like,
it's 2020. You never know.
You're right. You're right.
They haven't done that yet.
When they do, it's gonna be lit. When they do, it will
be lit. CIA doesn't tell us everything.
Exactly.
Right?
Like,
we got secret agents out there.
You don't know what they got out there.
Man. But they got Corona out there, I'll tell you that much.
Nah, but I got my Heinekens. I'm on deck. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I got my...
And I told you, as long as they don't have a rosé virus or a champagne virus.
Yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know you just got the Heinekens, you straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, pop those, you good.
Yo,
About 5 of those. Take 5 of those and call me in the morning.
I feel like we spent the whole morning just laughing.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, man, VPR, while we're winding down here on time, we've got like 2 minutes. I just want to say thank you again. Thank you to every person. Make sure you tag me on Instagram, tag Qianathegoddess, tag Mr. Fingaz on Instagram.
Don't tag me in the streets, though.
Don't tag him in the streets, though. Find him by the train station.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
But yeah, we here, though. We here. We love you guys. And
that's suffering stop. Yo, let's talk about that for a second. What? Yo, why is that where all the people come in, all the tourists come in that station? Why is that one of the newest stations and it look like it's been around for 2,000 years?
Mm-hmm.
When are they going to do something about that Suffern and Archer station where all the tourists come in? That's embarrassing. Come on, New York. Come on, De Blasio.
I don't like that man.
You got me going.
You know, every time I'm driving super slow on the streets, all right, and I'm catching tickets.
I only voted for him because some stupid girl said, "You gotta vote for him." She was cute. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I knew I didn't want him. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. And I'm like, look at what you.
Not by the pretty face.
And and once again, just because we touching on this topic, and I ain't voting for Bloomberg.
Damn right.
I'm not, and I don't like you, sir.
And you better not.
I don't care about your policies. And I don't want to hear them. And you got bodied.
We fell out. We ran out of time before we could talk politics.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, we try not to give too much light.
Realistically, you have 60 seconds and go.
Go ahead.
Oh, first of all, I'm going to say that I'm endorsing Bernie, but no politician politician is a politician, and you can't trust what they say, period. But he's somebody that I at least like what his platform is, and he's been saying the same thing for 40 years. And so I say give that man a chance, and the establishment lying and saying that people won't vote for him. That's just the establishment is afraid of change, and that's my opinion about that. And we can go into depth of why I chose him later on.
Yes,
but the media is the media. The media is the media. They're going to do what they do.
And Qiana, we have 20 seconds, so would you like to
I just want to thank you all for listening and for watching, for tuning in and making us your favorite show and turning up with us every single Thursday. We love you. We appreciate you. And
shout out to my fiance. I love you, baby.
Aww.
That was super sweet.
Yes, I love you, baby.
That was
your fine self, girl. Wait till I see you later. Oh,
my. Okay.
See you next week on VPR, guys.
We out.
VPR Radio with my girl Qiana and my DJ FMI.
Don't say I can't have it, 'cause that just makes me want it more. Number one status. I gotta do good every time before. Don't be mad at me when I get it. You gon' be mad at me when I get it done. Don't be mad.
Born sinner, opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? I'm so Long Island, my swag bar. My yard ain't 28 by 100, then why bother? I know no from South Harlem, Brett Favre. Brooklyn, that's on cue when I set Marvin. You a rapper, you ass betting, a billionaire. You talking to him, a social media millionaire. Flee. Lex Cougar Beamers in the bed. To all of my ladies and my men, FMI, and all of my people going in. Keep your head up, we doing good. 3 million, 4 million worldwide. Ain't nothing wrong with puffin', no lie. Hey, yo, and if you with me, let me hear you say.
Don't say I can't have it, 'cause that just makes me want it more. Number one status. I gotta do good every time before. Don't be mad at me when I get it. You gon' be mad at me when I get it done. Don't be mad.
Yo, Q, they gon' be mad at you, girl. They thought they was gonna laugh at you, but I got you. VPR, DJ FMI, we out.